You're about to watch another exciting episode of the Dungeon Run, but did you know that you can actually be part of the adventure? Tune in live on Wednesday nights at 6 p.m. Pacific time, and you can make your voice heard and help determine the fate of our adventurers. Hope to see you there.
Yeah, they're just talking Canada. Oh, hi.
Hello. Hi. We're live. Welcome to the Dungeon Run. We're back tonight with episode 6. Woo! Hey, congratulations to Katie and Jake on the baby Jet. Welcome, Jet, to the family. Thanks again to the wonderful Jason Charles Miller for joining us last episode. Woo. We wanted to have him at the table for a while. It was a joy to roll dice together.
Yeah, we've been working on that for a while.
Long time. Well, that also means Surena has returned to us.
I did it! Hello!
Welcome back. We missed you. And want to remind everybody that we have the Dungeon Rush, thanks to the wonderful Adam Slemon and all of his hard work.
So what the Dungeon Rush is if you or any of your friends are not caught up on the story, it's cut down into a very bite-sized portion, little 15-minute clippy clip show.
That's the industry term for it.
Clippy clip show.
I liked that he was searching for that.
Yeah, that's good.
I think we have some sponsors.
Yeah, as always, we are here partnering with our friends at Two Kings Entertainment here on this beautiful set and this beautiful stage and all this stuff around. So thank you to Two Kings, twokingsfilm.com. And I've got some exciting stuff to talk about for them because right now they are premiering a show this Friday. Yes, Adam? Yes. Called Dragons and Things Vantam. It is a Pathfinder 2e actual play here in their amazing space. And they've got some familiar heroes from their past adventures, but also some new folks, including friends we know, like Erica Fermina and other friends. But yeah, so catch it this Friday here on the Dragons and Things Network, twitch.tv/the DAT Network. So catch it Friday, 6 p.m. Pacific. From the mind of evil GM Jim Jam, is what it says. So, gotta see what that's about. We are also here with thanks to Die Hard Dice, our amazing dice sponsors at Die Hard Dice. We love them so much. Huzzah! Both polymer and metal dice, dice trays, dice bags, the loveliest accoutrement that you could ever ask for. If you go to Die Hard Dice, thank you, Surena. If you go to dieharddice.com right now and use the code DungeonRun, you can get a discount on us. And be on the lookout because we'll have some more giveaways and such like that coming soon. Thank you to our lovely folks at Die Hard. Jessica?
Oh, thank you, Morgan, for throwing it over to me. Yeah. So, did you know that you can get exclusive content on our Patreon? That's patreon.com/thedungeonrun. Or you can just throw the command !Patreon in chat right now and get the link. And I think this week we had some incredible cast secret dropped, right, from Adam. Can you tell us a little bit about what you posted?
I would love to. Cristobal feels very out of his element on the North Island. So what he decided to do was bring his element to the North Island with fashion reviews of each and every of the NPCs that we've met. This is a new show called Slay or TPK, where he either gives them a slay or a TPK, depending on how well they're accessorizing and dressing. It's a lot of fun. I think you should check it out.
Yeah, I would definitely subscribe to the Patreon just for that. And that's available, I think, at the WOTC.
There's no ascot today. No. But the gold chain is
Swing can.
But that's not all. If you are part of our Patreon family, you get access to exclusive content from our Dungeon Masters as well. They'll drop stat blocks from monsters. And you also get a special merch discount, and you get the VOD for our Cool Down, which is our talkback show that happens every Monday where we deep dive into the Dungeon Run.
And this Monday, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, we will be, Jared and I will be doing an arcane artistry with one Sly Flourish.
Yes.
Mike Shea of slyflourish.com. If you're not familiar, he is the writer and owner of the Lazy Dungeon Master's Guide, which we have all absolutely, and we have mentioned in previous cooldowns that Jared and I have based largely a lot of what we're doing on Return of the Lazy Dungeon Master's Guide.
With our own twist.
With our own twist, of course, obviously. So look out for that. Jared, I believe we can throw it over to you.
Yes, so this is a fully interactive show. And Ron has actually got a great announcement that I'm going to kick it back over to him in just a second. But before we get there, by interactive, I mean your ideas help fuel this story. Not only do you get to suggest force cards, which get triggered when a certain amount of balloons or potatoes or yams get purchased, which actually affect the game, but you can also give advantages or disadvantages to individual players.
What I loved is Jess kind of mentioned it recently. It's a way for you to act like a god. And so think of it in that manner. You're literally spinning the fate of dice with your characters. But what we're announcing this evening is, if you have not yet noticed, we are beta testing live here a new extension where you can use your bits to purchase advantages, disadvantages for each of our characters, for the dungeon masters, as well as purchase forces of nature and cosmos in the forms of sprouted potatoes and cosmic yams. You can check that. It's a component in the show this evening, so you should be able to see it right there. Click on it, and a nice little window will pop up with all the cool art. Jessica, great work on all of that. Thank you so much for the hard work. And a quick shout out to Barry Carlton for helping us create this extension.
I'm looking at it right now. I have it pulled up on our Twitch stream. It's so if you hover over, if you're on your computer, or I think on mobile too, you should just be able to hover over. And our, you want to see it, Jared?
Sure.
Our dungeon master wants to see it. You hover over, and you should see our logo that pops up over it. So you won't find it in the about panel below. Can we do both at some point?
We cannot. We can't do both at the same time.
Okay, yeah, so again, this is beta testing, so if anything goes wrong, if you're seeing something that goes wrong, let us know. We'll address it after the show.
Absolutely. I think that's it in terms of everything.
I would actually like to, since we're talking about it, we got some sprouted potatoes!
Oh! Yes, we did.
2 sprouted potatoes.
Oh, that's
Both
a
of
dinner.
them from
It's a whole dinner.
Breba.
Twice baked.
I love potatoes.
I do too.
And French fries.
Thanks, Breva.
Those are potatoes.
Potatoes.
And, but better.
Yes, because they're fried in oil. Yeah.
Just ask my son. Anyways, so those 2 potatoes already unlock our Tier 1 Force of Nature card.
Ooh.
So this one is from Jim Whitted.
Yay.
You can submit these on our website, and then I get to go through them and decide which ones I like, and then I make them into force cards. The title of this one is Eat Dirt. It's a group card.
Some of us enjoy.
It's a group card. When a player has been knocked prone, you may activate this card. Feeling inspired by KoKo's unique ranger skills, you eat a mouthful of dirt. You gain knowledge, bonus points if anybody actually eats dirt.
What?
No, I'm kidding. You gain knowledge of an...
I'll do it. I'm committed. I'm a method actor, Jared. Don't tempt me.
Sorry.
Look what you started.
Please don't eat dirt. You gain knowledge of an enemy that stands within 30 feet of you, and you can add +3 to your next attack against them. Yummy dirt. I will also add to this, just because it came to me just now. If you're knocked prone and you use this card, you can get up for free.
Ooh.
So this is a group card.
Love it.
Who wants to hold on to it?
Thanks, Breba and Jim Whitted. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yes, thank you, Breba, for the sprouted potatoes, and thank you, Jim Whitted, for your time and effort in submitting force cards. You too can submit them on our website, thedungeonrun.tv.
There was one other thing that we wanted to do character intros before we get the show
Yes,
started.
absolutely.
Because we've asked people if we've got our lovely lower thirds we like to use, but we wanted to, we'll do it like we always do. So, Surena, tell people who you are.
Yeah, hi, I'm Surena Marie, and I'm playing Octavius Boxcutter, pronouns him, they.
Hi, I'm Morgan Peter Brown, and tonight I'll be playing, and almost every night, Valcorio Lunaris. Both my and his pronouns are he, him.
Hey, I'm Kari Lee Cartwright. I'm playing KoKo.
Who are you playing?
Oh no.
Let's just cut. Let's cut.
Sorry.
Oh, we're live.
Take 2.
I'll fix it in post, Kari. Don't worry.
One step and then another.
Sean's best joke. Sean's favorite joke.
Okay, take 2. I'm Kari Lee Cartwright. I'm playing KoKo Aldershadow. I said it. And pronouns she, they.
Whoop, whoop.
I'm Ron Ogden. I'm playing everybody else other than the things that Jared plays.
And I'm Jared Kjack, and I'm playing everybody else that Ron doesn't play.
And I believe,
Knuckleheads.
correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe our pronouns are he, him.
Correct. Although we will also be
They.
a lot of other things.
Yeah, that's true.
As well.
That's true.
We'll ask.
Yeah.
Jessica.
My name is Jessica Lynn Parsons. I'll be playing Saint of Irijji Willowstep, and her pronouns are she, her.
And hi, I'm Adam Slemon. I'll be playing Cristobal de la Cruz, and his pronouns are he, him.
All right. I think we can enter the storm. We begin with the cracking of ice and the heavy breath of running as our party escapes the sinking of an ancient astral dwarven tower. Last we left off, 300 feet south of you, on the edge of the lake, you saw Lucrota and Capre taking her time to help you out of this tower, indicating to you that we need to run. The Lucrota, clearly seeing all of you run now that the storm has ended, run off to search for their warband. We leave all of you outside, running from the cracking ice as this tower falls.
How deep does like the workshop, for
Yes.
instance, is the workshop still okay?
The workshop seems like it's sort of on the edge as the ice begins to crack. It's clearly cracking to include most of Brudevik here. So if you stay where you're at currently, you yourselves will sink into the ice.
So we have to run for the workshop? Or?
It is up to you where to run. Currently, the ice is cracking. You can stick around. You can go to the workshop, but it's clear that the ice is spreading. This cracking ice is spreading from the edges of the workshop.
Oh, so the workshop, the way that the ice is spreading, we can infer that the workshop.
Yes, you can see the ice sort of starting to crack as time passes, and Capre indicating to you, we need to go, they're here.
Which way is Capre leading us?
She seems to be running in the opposite direction that you traveled, because now that the storm is now gone, you realize that you kind of traveled in darkness, really. The way that you were tracking was snow blindness.
Yeah.
So she begins to run east towards where the Rogevna River is currently frozen solid.
I mean, she's got to know, right?
I trust her more than me.
Let's go!
They could already be at the herd.
We gotta protect the herd!
Yes. And so Capre begins to quite quickly run east, chasing away from the tower as it sinks in. And as you all travel, it was about an hour's journey in the blizzard before. You probably can make it back to that in about half the time because it's a slow-going journey during a blizzard.
Before we all take off, Saint does take a moment and is petrified in place, shaking and breathing heavily to herself and just trying to gather her emotions and trying to get herself in check. And she looks like she's, petrified to stone as she's dealing with the cracking ice around her. And then as she sees everybody running off, she has an incredible burst of speed and chases after them.
Great. Capre leads you across the ice, and as you get further away from this sinking tower, it's clear that the ice is a bit thicker, and the cracking, you're easily able to outpace this cracking of ice, and even to a certain point, the cracking stops, and so she continues to run in the easterly direction.
So once we're on like somewhat firmer ground, you said the storm is gone.
Gone completely.
Clouds in the sky, or
Gone. It's clear day.
Wow.
Sun is high.
It's a supernatural difference.
right?
Yes.
Yeah, it's weird. Okay.
And you being outside keeping watch, KoKo, not KoKo, sorry, Otto, apologies, Otto. We even went around and did it.
I stuttered though.
You did.
Yeah, that's what.
Otto. And it was when you saw that storm end, it was full, very dangerous, extreme blizzard one moment and completely clear the next. Even Capre at the time mentioned how odd that was to her.
Yeah, and you also saw the two Lucrota as well.
Okay.
And they were snarling and nipping at each other. And when the blizzard cleared, they clearly saw you and Capre, and obviously the two of you hung out so that you could help everyone get out of this sinking tower.
Yeah.
But once everyone kind of poured out of the tower, the Lucrota began to mimic the sounds of screaming for help as they run southward to the south part of the lake.
Okay.
It's beyond creepy.
Yeah, it's terrifying,
Yeah.
truly.
It also seems designed, right? It
Yeah.
clearly seems as a way to unnerve you.
Yeah. So Otto is pretending to be very brave inside, deeply unsettled.
Cristobal is not pretending to be brave. He is picking up his furs that are draping down, I assume, and just running as fast as he can after Cartwright. There's no,
So everyone seems to be following Capre as fast as they can.
Yeah.
It's only about 30 minutes of, and it's running. So, even Capre begins to start to slow a little bit of 30 minutes of running, despite being a goat person, still very, very...
We're running in the snow.
And we
Some
just
of us
fought
are
and on the
exhausted.
ice, yeah.
Some of us have some
and
exhaustion.
climbed up a
That
rope.
is true. Those of you with exhaustion,
Yes.
please make me another, as we continue to run these 30 minutes, please give me another...
I think Saint's the only one who still does.
Is it just
isn't
Saint,
she?
right?
Oh, just
Yeah, I
me?
thought
Saint's the only. I am 14. Yeah. Wait, what was that?
I
Sorry,
Saint's
what
the
was
only one who still has
Yeah,
a
I
level
think
of exhaustion
it's just Saint.
because
Oh,
you'd
sorry,
gotten a
yes.
long rest. I think it's just Saint.
Targeted attack. I get it.
something different?
Good
No,
news
level
is
of
you have advantage from Gateway Guy.
Anyway, guys.
We also have a
thank you
couple
so
of
much,
balloons. Thank you, Goofus McDorkle, a jar full of bees, 2-0 mask, and Ben22193 for all the
everybody.
nature balloons.
Wow.
Also, thank you, Hero of Ein, for Cosmos balloons. We are close to our first Force of Cosmos. So keep a look out there.
21.
Okay, so you're able to maintain this speed following Capre. And as you're running, as you're running, she's not wearing shoes of any sort, right? Capre, yes, is not wearing shoes of any sort. So you're hearing the clopping of this of her hooves as she's running across the ice. And most of the journey is on this lake of ice. It's a very large lake. You just happen to be closer to a northern and southern shore where Brudovic was. And as you approach, you can see she seems to stop slightly, shortly, and say, I think I see the herd. There they are. And she picks up, sort of rejuvenated by this sight, and speeding towards the herd. Everyone else make a perception
I was going to
check
say
for
any
me.
sign of Lucrota, anything
That's
like
what I
that.
was gonna say.
Valcorio, you have advantage from Gateway Guy.
Thank you, Gateway Guy.
Saint, you have advantage from Ben22193.
Thank you, Ben.
Cristobal, you have advantage from a jar full of bees.
Oh, thank you, a jar full of bees.
And everyone else is straight rolls.
Do it.
15.
19. 11.
16.
11.
All right, DC's 15. And with a DC 15, some of you notice some motion on the northern side of the line of the lake here. And what you notice is there seems to be a very large cat of blue color and silver metallic type scales.
Like the same one that we saw maybe
In
the cave in Iceland.
Indeed. And as you're sort of looking there from the tree line further down off the edge of the lake, this is about 300 feet from where you currently are.
Okay.
You outsteps, sort of parting the trees from the top, bending them, a beautiful giantess, an ice giantess.
This is to the north also?
To the north, 300 feet from you. She seems to see you, her hand on her brow, and pulls the staff from her back, moving towards the edge, slowly, methodically. Doesn't seem to be as frantic as all of you. Capre does not seem to see this at all.
I was to say, I didn't see it, so my eyes were probably still looking off where we saw the Lacroix go, so I'm probably looking literally the opposite direction.
Yeah, I failed my roll, so I'm just running with you.
So we saw it.
We saw it. So just to confirm,
Yeah.
the giantess is looking at us or looking at the...
Seems to be looking at what's on the ice. You.
Okay.
Ah, I understand.
Oh, okay.
I am going to say, there is a giant with the...
What are you trying to say? Wait, what?
No, just gesture very drastically towards the giantess and the blue cat. And having seen neither of these before,
But you did.
no, I haven't.
He wasn't in the
I
cave.
haven't seen
that's
I
right.
haven't.
Found him after the cave.
I hate the North Island. I hate the North Island. I hate the North Island.
And just
Saint, do you see what I'm seeing?
Yes, I do.
They look familiar, right?
Does the giantess look familiar?
Oh yeah.
From the cave.
From the cave with the crown and
From
the
your
thing.
vision.
Oh, it's the same one?
Yeah. Oh,
That's
from
why I
your
looked
vision?
at you.
Wait, I'm sorry. I thought these were the ones in the ice.
it is
know it's
this
the same
one that is
one.
also from your vision.
Cool.
The same.
Look, there's a lot of
Beautiful.
ice giants on the North Island. I didn't want to look the same. They don't all look the same, okay?
Technically, it's a frost giant. not an ice giant. Just throwing that out there.
Okay, so if...
Why are you all slowing down?
Oh, says Tustin.
Dustin Trollbreaker, thank you.
And
He's by the way, he's slow, so he's like a good
Right.
30, 40 paces back behind you.
and Capre is a good 30, 40 paces in front of you.
And is KoKo with Cartwright? Because KoKo's also faster?
Yeah, I would say you probably could keep up with Capre.
I'm going to turn to Saint and say, didn't you say the giant caused the ice to crack and down went the tower?
Yes, I think we should get as far away as possible. Does she have her clothes on?
Yes, she is fully clothed. Yes,
What?
including
guys,
on
family
her
show.
right shoulder. On her right shoulder, even from this distance, you can see what looks like a bone white dragon skull used as a pauldron on her shoulder. And just almost right as you say, didn't you see this? She steps. She moves to the final destination to the edge of the lake, lifts up her staff high in the air with a beam or just a glow. Even in the sunlight, you can see it from here, a glowing blue crystal on the edge of it, and she slams it down on the lake. Emanating from where her staff hits the ice, cracks begin to stream forward against all of you, and from here you can see black crude oil begin to bubble up from these cracks, and they are moving at a speed that is faster than all of you. And KoKo, you know right away as you see those cracks starting to move towards you, you are not going to make it off the lake before that crack reaches you and Capre. And even if it's moving,
it's spidering
it's
out.
spidering and moving so fast
I see.
that it's going to hit you before you reach the edge of the lake. And as that ooze begins to bubble up, sort of 2 or 3 feet behind the beginning of the crack, it bursts into flame.
I was really hoping that she was a goodie and not a baddie.
So I need everyone, as the cracks begin to form towards you, everyone needs to make dexterity saving throws.
Yeah.
including Copper and Tustin.
Cristobal, you have advantage from Goofus McDorkle.
Thank you, Goofus.
Everyone else is at a flat roll.
Okay. Okay, all right.
Dustin.
Ooh.
Yeah.
21.
19.
23. I abstain.
Abstain. All right, one abstention.
I didn't know you could do that.
Yeah, I didn't either. That's it.
So, 15.
15. So, what was yours? 5?
Oh.
Luckily, you are with
exhausted.
the rest of the group. So, really, what all happens to you is one of the cracks.
Doesn't count on saving throws. Only,
I did a straight roll.
okay.
As one of the cracks sort of splits you and the rest that are with you, you trip on that and land hard, hitting your nose right on the ice, sort of making you see white for a second.
I wish there was a trunk.
Unfortunately, KoKo, you stop just in time as a crack separates you and Copray.
Oh.
And Tustin is also separated from the rest of the group. And Copper going, oh no! Looks to start to jump back to where you are to be with you, and wall of flame hits the air.
Don't move.
It feels hot. Even those of you who are a little further away from this wall of flame, it is hot. And it's hot enough to begin to melt all of the cracks that were near it. And you can see as you look out, you're on a floating piece of ice as the rest of the lake begins to crack and flow, and to so much so that you start to hear what sounds like the sounds of a flowing river. And the Rogevna River itself seems also affected by this crack as it continues to travel down the water, and the river begins to flow, and all of the ice begins to move towards the mouth of this river. All of you stuck on these ice pieces.
Are the 5 of us on one?
Yeah, yes, all of you are on one larger big piece. You stopped just in time for that ice to crack. And Copray and Tustin seem to be taken by the flow of the river as it goes down. Further.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. I was gonna say. I mean, if there was, yeah, right.
Oh, okay.
If there was a wall of fire, so there was very little chance to throw a rope or anything.
The fire is keeping you from doing any of that. I mean, you can certainly try with the rope that you have, but you're pretty sure that a fire is going to destroy a rope.
I will be like, that is, if you go to do it, that is hellfire. Do not throw anything into it.
Hellfire.
Brief synopsis of Hellfire.
So this is a version of Hellfire,
Okay.
but Hellfire is like the hottest flames that exist in this realm that any of you would ever know of. His character has actually studied Hellfire, but has never necessarily seen it in action until now.
You minor.
But it's the blobs that are kind of oozing up just look like crude oil or like crude oozes. But when they hit the air, when they're exposed to air, they split open, and that's when the hellfire erupts out of it. It's almost like a chemical reaction to the oxygen in the air.
But
Yeah.
yeah, but not that we would know what that is.
Yeah.
Don't let it touch you guys.
Okay.
Does anybody else think that this is what it looked like inside the Lacrona? Do you remember?
Oh, they were dripping
black stuff.
black ichor.
Did it catch on fire?
It did not. The minute it hits the air, it bursts into flames.
Okay.
That was not in
Okay.
this Lacrota.
But
no.
it is probably hellish.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
The
Val
little
comes
crotas are
over
hellish.
to help up Saint. You're right.
Thank you. The important thing is that we're all here together.
Small comfort.
I would add that the flames are so hot that it actually burns through the ice. So that's why the ice cracks apart into these different chunks. And when the flame goes down into the water, you see as the crude bubbling oil goes down in the water, you see that the hellfire does not extinguish in the water, even though it drops down into this frozen cold lake. So you can't extinguish, that's the other thing about hellfire, you can't extinguish it with water.
How can you?
The only way you can extinguish it, the only way that you know of anyways, is through magical means. Or divine, arcane or divine.
Cristobal is going to pull out his mirror and hold it up closer to the flames to see if, much like the way he was teleported here, if the flames get sucked into the mirror.
Sure. Are you
putting it in the flames?
Are you putting it near the flames?
Yes, near, not in. Near. Not in. I'm not just gonna like.
Careful.
Careful, wizard man, we need you.
Yeah, that's the only thing you
It's
have
still
to see
it's still a
yourself
deck
with.
save.
It's still a dex.
Yeah.
All right, do I have advantage?
You do.
All right.
Goofus McDorkle. is
Goofus, keeping the wizard
taking
alive.
some pity on you.
I rest a hand. Saint rests a hand on his shoulder and cast guidance.
Yeah.
Doesn't work for saving throws.
Thank you.
Oh, save
Yeah, it doesn't work for saves.
Oh, damn it.
She still does it anyway.
He appreciates it.
Hey, maybe there's some skills.
Yeah, there might be a skill coming.
Okay, 15.
Okay, that's what you needed. So you
Bare
don't
minimum.
Careful.
So you don't take any damage from it, but the heat radiating off of it, you know that if you leave it there for any amount of time, the heat would burn you, let alone the flames. That's
Sure.
how hot this is. But you do notice that as the flames start to lick up, that the mirror is not extinguishing, but sucking parts of the arcane magic that are coming off of the hellfire into it. And you feel the reverberation in your mirror as it continues to drain the arcane magic from this arcane spell.
Awesome. I'm going to say, this mirror can absorb some magic. I do not know if
channels.
Channel, yes, but okay.
So it's going to go somewhere.
Oh, that's a good point.
Somebody's having a bad day.
Hanging out, almost in
That's true. I'm going to pull the right. I'm gonna pull the mirror back away from the hellfire because I don't want to.
Well, you now understand how it works.
That's true,
Yeah.
but I don't know where it goes.
True.
Copy. Okay, it's not stored conveniently in the mirror.
It might be.
I don't know that.
How many maybes?
I know. Welcome to being a wizard.
Luckily, as you're sort of taking in the surroundings and the energy, the nervous energy of what's happening here, you realize that the part of the lake that you're on is the part that's still connected to the line of the lake. So there is no hellfire that prevents you from leaving this particular ice chunk to get onto the lake surface.
Everybody get closer. We need to stay to the middle of this thing, because if this fire's going to melt this thing down, we should stick together. So basically, I'll bunch us up in the middle of our little iceberg.
You see Tustin has a length of rope out, and he's trying to throw it over to Capre.
Oh, okay.
Because Capre and Tustin are on their own little pieces.
Okay.
And so it's much more unstable than the big chunk that you are all floating on. But all of these ice chunks are also floating towards the mouth of the river, the Rorgebna, like he was saying. And that's where the herd is as well. You see them packing their stuff up, but you also see that all of the ice chunks are flowing that way.
And we're not.
You are, slowly.
Okay. Slowly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, as your piece of ice is sort of still stuck to the edge of the lake, so that part hasn't yet melted away, but that is quickly changing.
Thanks.
I'm going to look at KoKo and say, they are floating away. How do you throw rope? Do you make some sort of snow contraption? What do we do?
I mean, I definitely have some rope. Maybe we should all tie it to each other's waist so that we're all connected. At least to stay together. A question real quick. Did you say that we could make it onto the land?
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing in the
Let's
way
jump.
for you to do so.
I think we should jump. So let's not
let's
tie
get off it.
ourselves to each other, and let's jump.
Okay.
So I'll go first.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay. Do I need to roll anything?
So
Okay.
we just
Do-
Yeah, I mean, it's literally just
okay,
that
Can we just walk?
piece. Yes. So the
Yeah.
only
Okay.
part that's keeping the
Wow,
hellfire
we made
from
that
your
work.
ice
Yay,
is
Oto's just
towards the lake and towards the river.
Got
But you are
it.
close enough to the edge of the lake that this piece of ice is only now beginning to detach from that land edge.
So we need to get to the other side.
What? So we're now at the edge of the river.
Correct. You're at the edge of the lake just before the river, the delta from the lake into the river.
On the
Sorry,
Brudevik
not
side?
the mouth, but when the lake is emptying into the river.
Right.
So Brudevik is an island in the middle of the lake.
Correct.
Are
Yes.
we on it or are we outside it?
On the lake or outside of the lake?
Outside. Are we on the Brudevik Island or are we outside of the lake?
No, Brudevik was half an hour back
you're right.
where
It's
you
been
were.
30
You, in
minutes.
fact,
Good
look
point,
back
Very
and
good
see see the
trying.
ruins of Brudevik crumbling and sinking into the frozen lake.
Yeah. I mean,
Including the workshop, with bursts of magical energy seeming to
We got
flit into
everything
the
we needed
sky.
out of that.
I'm getting off the.
Yes.
Yeah.
Otto's like already.
I'm already
like,
off.
sleeping.
Yeah. Easily. And you can see, as Jared described, that the herd is not much further down the edge of the lake near where the river begins, sort of quickly packing things up, as they clearly also see this frost giantess.
So we can keep heading towards the herd.
Absolutely, you
Okay.
sure
Let's
can.
do that.
Question.
Yes?
What is the ice giantess doing now?
Yeah, right.
She
Smiling.
examining her work.
Yeah, she seems
right.
very proud of each of these ancient ruins sinking into the lake. In fact, she doesn't even pay attention to any of you. She's
it.
just
Nice
staring
like that.
at what she's doing.
She was taking out the village, not us.
Yeah, she was leaving no trace.
It appears finishing the job.
And that cat staying next to her.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to be moving too far from her, although it does seem to be staring directly at all of you.
Great.
And it looks like we've hit level 1 Cosmos.
Oh, okay, cool.
So it's time for thank you, Abracadabra and Ariok of Chaos for the Cosmic Yams.
Yay, nicely done.
So we unlocked Cosmos tier number 1. This one should be fun. It's called Describe Your Maneuver. Once per combat, and this goes for each player, once per combat, give an amazing description of your attack or spell, and it gives you an extra +1 to hit or +1 on your spell save DC.
Nice.
If the PC expends a resource or utilizes the environment creatively, you can get a +2. So I'm going to hand this one over here. But everybody gets to do that in the next fight.
Yeah. That's what you do. So we should go. We should keep going to the herd. Yes.
Yes, let's go. Let's go.
Get behind us soon.
As you move towards the herd, you can see Ursoon stop and see you and wave at you and beckon quickly.
We're also waiting.
We must leave.
Yeah.
We must go quickly.
Yes.
Yeah, let's just go. Just run.
Where to? Where are we
Crowd
going?
out to the south.
Yes.
They've heard us.
We heard them. And there is also the frost giant.
Just don't even think about it.
We
Just
must
don't even
move.
think
We must follow the river to the forest, to the deep heart.
We're not fast enough.
I know.
Not with all of these sheep.
And Ursoon sort of lets the rest begin to pack, and he seems to be. And he looks at the river.
All 3 of the Ursaka just.
Deep, grumbly thought.
They just being bears.
Are they happy? Are they mad? I don't know. What's happening?
I have made a decision.
Oh.
Okay.
We will use the flows of ice on the river. We can move faster. I do not believe the warband can move as quickly, and the ice flows are large enough for all of us.
I guess we're getting back in.
Question. Hi. Are we gonna put the sheep on the ice?
Put us all on the ice.
Because, I mean, we don't have to worry about them running if they're too slow. If they're on the ice, they'll flow with the river with us.
They both look at each other, and then they look over slowly at Olivar, and Olivar just nods. Yes, I think that would be wise.
Good idea.
Well, we know what we need to do now. Please help us pack and make sure that the herd gets on these flows safely. And he grabs what looks like a grappling hook and 2 lengths of rope. I will get them ready. And he walks over to the edge of.
We can just throw them.
That is faster.
You just have to ask. That's what I've learned.
Throwing people.
You just have to ask to be thrown.
Fine. And he puts the grappling hook and the ropes back into the pack and begins to grab some of the items that are already packed and walks over to the river, putting them on the edge of the river.
I'm going to say because Otto's experience with living underground, in underground it's mostly stable, but there's time when there's cave-ins, and so Otto knows how to pack quickly.
Great.
Like Otto knows how to like, okay, we need to just do the thing, and so in a very like militaristic like attention goes and just helps them scramble to pack everything.
As you're there helping,
Yeah.
you see it's Drek who's sort of packing a lot of the heavier stuff,
Yeah.
especially the wood tent poles and all the things to use to build that.
Yeah.
And he's very slow. It's very methodic, and he even picks up one of the logs and realizes that maybe you can't really take those, and sort of tosses them to the side.
Here, let us help you, Drek. Come on. Let's go.
Yes.
No, we have to be quick. We have to be quick.
Oh, I am
on.
sorry.
No, you're great. You're doing it. I mean,
Yes, and he picks up his pace a little bit, but it's clear that he's pretty much a lumbering giant type.
Yeah.
And so he starts picking up the heavier stuff, and he can carry a lot of it, and begins to carry it over to the edge of the river. Meanwhile, the ice giantess seems to have disappeared from view.
How about that cat, though?
Not that you can see.
I don't
I was gonna say, I think Val is probably keeping one eye on the cat for as long as possible.
Great.
Yeah.
Alan and Cat mix.
Fare thee well.
Tustin!
Oh God!
He's floating down the river. He's been floating down the river.
And you can see him way in the distance.
Did he and Copper get
Yes, they
a
joined
rope
together, but they're floating down the river because Tustin, I'm sure Jason would do this, is smart enough to know to get away from the knolls. So he's using the ice flow to...
We'll catch up!
Catch up with you.
Sure.
And as you watch them kind of flow down the river, you realize how fast that they're actually going.
Right.
And it makes sense to you now that seeing these large pieces of ice, and we're talking the river is maybe 50 more feet across. It's very, very wide. And these ice flows seem to sort of bounce from bank to bank as they flow down the river.
Go, no, please.
Maybe there's a way that we can tie these logs together and make a big raft so we can all stay together with most of the Ramhedë.
If we have time, let's get it onto the ice
Okay,
first.
I'm very good with knots.
Excellent.
Okay.
That's what I was thinking when I grabbed the grappling hook. Here,
I like
you take it.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
Love it.
KoKo gets the word.
Just making sure, we know where this river goes, right?
Yes, it goes just outside of the heart of the deep wood. Lost Camelin.
Okay.
It is where we are taking Oliver.
All right. Does that any of you North Islanders ring a bell? No? Okay.
Yeah, none of you have ever been this far north, and
All right.
might have heard of Lost Camelin here and there, but nothing that other than the name itself sounding familiar.
Yeah.
Okay.
What is Lost Camelin?
Lost Camelin.
Lost Camelin. All right, then, yeah,
We don't have our maps,
quick,
do we?
I can get it. Hang on, I'll be right back.
Oh, okay.
I got it.
Morgan will be right back with a
got it.
map.
I'll be right back.
Cristobal, can you help me tie? You're very good with needle and thread. I saw.
Sure, I will, yes, of course.
Great.
And I will help KoKo.
All right, so either of you can make a sleight of hand check at advantage, since the other is helping.
Okay.
How do you do a sleight of hand? You gotta...
Skill.
Yeah, no, I know. I'm asking her how good she is at it.
Oh. Am I supposed to?
I'm okay at it.
Sleight
still
of
got that
hand
guidance?
is-
He does have that
Right?
guidance. Oh, yeah,
Plus
Lost
3.
Camelin, there it
Oh,
is.
it's
You
only
go.
up to one.
Lost Camelin.
So
It's
you're rolling with
D20.
advantage.
See the
20.
river
2D
flows
2D20.
just...
It's, yeah,
Nat
crusted.
20.
Nat 20!
Yes.
Oh!
Do I
nice.
take that?
Yes.
Okay.
You should take that.
So 23.
With a nat 20, you assisting her, she seems to quickly tie the rope to the grappling hook, swing it around her head, and toss it towards an ice, and literally, almost as if a swish, just sort of clink right on it, to the point of she's going to need help. And you see Ursoon watch her do this and realize that if you don't anchor her right now with this rope, that thing's going to pull her off the river into the river.
Oh.
And so you and Ursoon both, so everybody makes strength checks.
Okay.
While you're
Everybody
making
being
strength
the
checks, we got a cosmic yam! This is from Good Time Noodle Salad.
Hey, I love that reference.
times,
Thank you.
noodle
Good
salad.
times, noodle salad.
What's up? It's just a strength check, yes?
Yeah, just a strength
Flat
check.
strength, not
Flat
athletics?
strength.
Do we need
You can use
advantages?
athletics. I
Any
think you can use
advantages?
athletics here.
Advantage?
KoKo, you have advantage from
thank you.
Good Time Noodle Salad.
Thank you, Noodle
Yay.
Salad.
Octavius, you have advantage from Good Time Noodle Salad.
Wait, are we all rolling strength checks or just?
No, just the three that
so
are
keep that
Oh,
Octavius one.
my bad.
Yeah.
So who else?
Me.
Cristobal.
Advantage Good Time Noodle Salad.
Thank you. Good time.
Wow.
And anyone else?
I want noodle
Was I
salad.
helping you?
No.
Oh, did
I
I?
think it was just the three of them.
Yeah. 11.
11.
4.
With advantage.
It is clear that Ursoon is the one who's really
Yes,
doing the
Ursoon
work
is the
here.
one, yes.
And in fact, what he does is he
Yes,
grabs the
buddy.
back end of it and he wraps it around himself and he just plants his feet. And it's clearly that's what's keeping this ice flow. But it cinches around him tightly and he says, "Hurry up! Get everyone on!" And he begins to pull it back.
Come on.
Pull this ice flow back to the edge of the river.
I'm trying to
Quickly,
herd,
quickly!
Trying to herd the Ramhedë.
I mean, the herd are pretty. They notice Olivar.
Yeah, and they're fairly
she's
agile
gone.
in this environment. So as long as the ice flow isn't physically moving out of the way, they're all able to spring across, even the younger lambs.
Are we all getting on one big one, or is it?
I mean, it's big enough to hold all of
Okay,
them.
great.
Tie it
great.
together and made a big raft.
Oh, that's right. Yes, perfect.
Yeah, I every because of the roll before, everyone has like little bits of rations. So like the Ramhedë have food, we have food.
Nice,
in case
nice,
we're
nice.
separated, we're okay.
I love that. Otto has really. This is what they were.
This
here
is
for.
what I
This
am
is why they're
here
here. Yeah, lovely.
Wait, you gathered us some rations?
Yeah, everybody has rations.
Just quick packing. They're all. They come in weird little Ziploc bags.
We didn't have time to write labels.
They're cosmic Ziploc.
Cosmic Ziploc bags, and little like there's some nuts and a little granola bar,
You never know how
some
long your trek
protein.
is gonna be.
I like it.
And as Ursoon, almost single-handedly, because it's you two are clearly not.
Not
assisting at all.
Not great.
It's almost like, ugh.
I would say Grenlek probably also
Yeah,
helps
yeah.
as well.
And then when Drek finally gets to the edge of the lake and throws everything, tossing it to the herd, and they putting it on the flow, he also sort of clamps on. And there's 3 Ursaka, very large, very muscular, keeping this flow on, and they are just waiting for the rest of you.
Yeah, basically.
Jumping on.
Come on, everybody.
Let's go.
I'm gonna grab Cristobal by like kind of helping you, but as we're getting on, I'm basically going to lean over to Cristobal and say, "You still have that gauntlet, right?
Of course I have the gauntlet.
All right, don't advertise it.
Okay. Don't get me wet.
No, no worries. Sorry.
This is
No,
most
I'm
of
sorry,
this
it's
is suede.
very nice
This is
material,
suede
I
and
can
silk.
tell.
I'm not going to. Don't get me wet.
Let's go! And being like in Saint's mind for like any period of time, I extend a wing to help them onto the ice because I know that this is probably scary.
Oh.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah, we can do it.
Are we all here?
Yeah, I think we are.
Okay.
Yeah. So the 3 Ursaka, once you're all on, it's too much for them to hold on to at that point.
Yeah.
So they start they back up a little bit and they run. And jump. And
Come on, Drek.
And they make it?
Oh yeah.
I'm not sure.
I mean,
I
Ursoon's
guess
a
that's
polar
true.
bear.
I mean, there's plenty of room
Right.
to run and jump.
That's true.
5e
That's true.
rules are as long.
Yeah.
Their strength is so high
strength
that
is
their
good
long
enough.
jump is
Yeah.
super
Yeah.
long.
Yeah.
So it's almost even Ursoon is sort of like whoa, and landing, sort of slightly moving the ice flow itself, but not enough for it to even like make anyone else.
All of the
balance.
Ramhedë circle up in the very middle of the ice flow, and they get very tight and very still, almost as if they were on top of a mountain.
Since the storm is gone, how cold is it?
It's still the Arctic.
I was gonna say, I would think it was still very cold, but it was like thank you. I mean, is it like 78? No.
I mean, the sun is high, so in your mind, especially living on the southern island, it would be warm. But as he had advised, it's still the Arctic, so that sun's warmth is very little.
All right, so I'm keeping everybody like closer to the Ramhedë so that we don't get cold.
And I think as we're floating, KoKo looks back and she's looking for the frost giantess just to see if they're around.
Make a perception check.
Oh, okay.
Ursoon sort of just lands on his butt on the ice and
Is that it? Ooh, 20.
Good job, Grinwick.
Thank you, brother.
Yes. Yes. 20. As it's clearly you kind of again as the flow begins to pick up speed as it's going down the river. You don't see any evidence of parting trees on one side, and there's no yipping or any of the screaming that you heard from before.
No lacroix.
It doesn't seem that they are nearby.
It was like a dream.
We are safe now. We may use the elements. It is a good fortune that this ice was here. We will flow down the river like a leaf on the wind.
Did you, have you seen those giants before? The one with the staff who made all the fire. And the
Only
ice?
frozen in the ice.
We saw them earlier too, when we first
Frozen?
got here.
Frozen, but melting.
But we also saw some murals, reliefs, whatever they were, in that tower back in Brudevik, where there seemed to be like there was a peace at one point between giants and dwarves. There was in that beautiful side of the stone or metal, whatever it was?
Yes, they both signed a wall, both of them, almost as like some sort of pact, a treaty.
Yeah, right, something.
I have heard no stories. Our people go back quite a ways, but I have heard nothing of dwarves and frost giants
Saint
working together.
Otto, you saw some sort of vision of Brudevik. Was she in it?
Yes.
She was the one who killed everyone?
Yes, she was.
Great.
Did she say why?
No, that was not verbalized to my recollection, but did it seem like she had a personal vendetta, or was it just a power thing?
There was real, like, blood feud hatred.
Okay.
She was pleased at the carnage that was befalling these astral dwarves in front of her. And all of the frost giants, the frost giants are kind of brutal people to begin with, but they were reveling in the fact that they were just slaughtering these people.
They were reveling in the act of killing?
The act of war.
Of destruction.
Yeah, destruction and war.
As in, this is not someone who we could possibly think of as maybe having their own reasons. This is someone who revels in bloodshed. He's evil.
Not necessarily revels in bloodshed in general. Right. This seemed very calculated.
Right.
Did it seem personal?
Yes.
And we knew that they had a pact seemingly at some point. So obviously it seems like something happened to break that.
Yeah, you saw the remnants of the wall too. Especially on your way out. You obviously weren't going to take the time to like investigate it. But as you were running across this broken apart lake and it was cracking and shattering behind you, you would see remnants of this wall cracked and split in half. And you remember clearly in your vision when this frost giant queen smashed into it and broke it apart. And written on the wall in two different forms of runes or two different languages, there was Dwarven and there was something that made more sense to you, looked more like your people's writing. And by your people, I mean the frost giants. Written on the same wall.
So, and she kind of relays some of that information as eloquently as she can. And so I don't know what to think, really. I think we don't have all of the information. What happened here?
There may be some information I can glean from these items we have found, but it will take me time.
And as you begin to flow, you're flowing down and your speed, it's slow, but your speed is definitely accelerating. You're getting faster as it goes. To now, it's not very rocky. It's still, it appears that the ice flow is large enough to sort of maintain its buoyancy on the river. But as you begin to, the river also starts to grow in size and starts from that 50 feet now to more like 100 wide.
Yeah, it widens out quite a bit. It's a big river.
We're all very far from the edge now then.
Yeah.
Yes, and it's clear, it's sort of moving towards the center because that's sort of the natural flow of the river itself.
And you actually see the Ursaka at times talking to each other, but also trying to navigate ways to turn or push off. And they're using what wood they had left over from the tent to try to do some kind of control over how this ice flow floats down the river, but it's really just floating. There's hardly any control that the Ursaka can manage to enact on it.
I have a question. Do you guys still have that canvas, the tent material? Maybe we can kind of fashion a sail and use the wind to kind of steer ourselves?
Yeah, we still have
KoKo.
we
Cristobal's like, I don't know.
we left most of the large pieces of wood back there, but
We could use our
Even if we just held it up, even if if I stood on one side, you stood on the other, maybe a saint stood, we could just hold it up and direct ourselves a bit.
What about your axe?
well, I need that in case we are attacked.
The gnolls have our scent.
Even if it's just for a few minutes.
Well, the good thing about that, though, is even though they have our scent, they can't track us because
We're on
water.
You do not know the gnolls that we have run into.
Really?
I don't know much about gnolls.
They are
Do I know
hungry.
much about gnolls?
They are, roll, knowledge.
Okay, sorry to
Nature? No, absolutely. It's a valid question.
like,
It's
I
not
don't
really a
know.
very valid
Fey
question.
creatures, I
They're
mean,
not really fey.
Okay,
Yeah.
well then should I? I don't need to.
Nature? I think
Nature,
nature would work.
Okay.
not Arcana.
No. Well, maybe.
8.
8? Well, you rolled an 8. What's your...
Yeah, no, that's, her nature
Zero.
is 0.
A ranger with a no knowledge of nature.
It's because she spent too much time in the Feywild.
I mean,
that's what it
as
is.
far as you know, gnolls are just big dogs.
Oh, cool.
Big
I like
humanoid
that.
dogs.
Big
Okay.
humanoid dogs. That's
Yeah,
pretty much what
the
you
one
know.
thing that you keep getting from the Ursaka and the Ramhedë is that these aren't even normal gnolls.
Oh.
Gnolls will hunt in packs and they'll kill to eat, to survive,
Right.
which is normal. But it was clearly stated, I don't know if it was Olivar or one of the Ursaka, they said that these gnolls eat and they don't stop eating,
Right.
and they never get full. They're ravenous.
Gross.
And it's clear that they are somehow able to track through a blizzard, which normally would completely erase any kind of scent or a way of tracking. But even then, it wasn't perfect. Obviously, they were searching, but the general area was still close enough for the Ursaka to be on guard.
So I assumed it was the Lakota who found us. They were traveling together. Those were the tracking animals.
That sounds plausible.
Otto's brain and my brain are thinking, so they don't track like a footprint in snow. They track body smell. Right?
Yeah, as far as the
Basically.
Ursaka and Olivar are indicating to you is yes, that is the case. And Ursoon says,
Holding on to this ice flow has exhausted me. I will be more than happy to assist in the morning, but I am in need of rest. For your sail, did you say?
Yeah. I'll think about a design, but I do think it's a good idea if we get some rest if we can. This seems like we're going to be on this path for a while.
Yes.
Like Oliver said, we're basically leaves floating in wind right now. We have kind of no control, and
don't.
maybe that's okay.
I estimate we will be on this river for 2 days.
2 days.
Where is Oliver, this lost Camelin, this place where we're going, this Darkwood? What is it?
Well, he looks over at Ursoon. It is the home of the Ursaka.
Okay.
It is where they were born and where they were first given their gift from Bahatha.
Okay.
It is a dark wood, not to be named because of its spiritual nature, but because the wood themselves, the trees, grow in a very dark hue, and the wood is prized for its strength.
So it's friendly territory, sounds like?
Well, it was. And again, Olivar looks over at Ursoon.
and Ursoon he sees Olivar looking at him,
but he seems. You can see sort of his jaw tighten.
You said before, the woods are sick.
Yes, that is why the Ursaka came to us.
It is why we protect Oliver at all costs.
What is wrong? What is sick about the trees? About the woods?
You see all three Ursaka like bristle when you ask them that. Like all three of them, I should say, they tense. Even Drek, who's like a very chill dude, Ursaka, they seem to be stressed out about something.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. You don't have to answer, it's fine.
Maybe in the morning?
Yes. Maybe. Well, no, not at all. Don't worry about it.
But, I mean, I hope that by bringing Oliver there, we can make the woods better.
That is our hope as well. It is why Dreamweaver sent us to you.
Is that one of the Osaka?
It is our
shepherd.
Shepherd. Yes, to use the Ramhedë term, yes.
Okay. Dreamweaver. Good name.
Frida is her name.
You said that the Dreamweaver is there in the Darkwood?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. That's like their leader, essentially.
All right, I mean...
We can take turns watching.
Yeah, keep an eye.
I could take first watch.
It was probably like afternoon by now.
I mean, the day is starting to drawn on for sure as you, and surprisingly, as cold as it is, it's not an unpleasant ride.
Yeah, you actually have some reprieve at this moment.
Like really actually able to rest for the first time in a little while. And as you get close to the herd, which clearly keep you close as well, it's starting to warm a bit, at least enough so that your body heat is maintaining.
Okay. Yeah, keep an eye.
And then I'll take next watch.
You notice that the Ursaka are watching the south shore clearly, but it's very apparent, and I know I've said this before, but I just want to reiterate it, that Grenlek and Ursoon are standing over Olivar. And only Drek is the one that seems to be making his way around to check on the rest of the Ramhedë and each of you.
Yeah, it seems almost that Ursoon and, if you didn't know otherwise, they have what would be called an unhealthy obsession with Olivar.
Mm-hmm. And I think I'm beginning to learn why. Okay.
Drek seems to be more of wanting to help as many people as he can who are here.
Easygoing, good dude.
And even when you say that you'll take second watch, he goes, I will join you, if I may.
Okay.
Lovely.
I'll take whatever watch Oliver takes, unless he's not taking a watch. Are you gonna go to sleep, Oliver?
I was going to tend to the herd, but you are welcome to sit with me if you wish.
I would love to sit with you. I'll also tend to the herd, whatever you do.
He, by the way, he also extends his hands out, and he's got berries in both of his hands. Berry?
Special berries.
Yes,
Are they
thank
those
you.
special ones?
Please.
Yes.
Please.
Yes,
Thank
please.
you.
This is what my people feed on when there is nothing else.
Grenlick sort of
You get 1 hit point back.
takes one and pops it in his mouth.
Is it good?
It's very good.
It's almost like it would be named that.
So good.
By the way,
The goodest.
The goodest berry.
KoKo's pretty beat up.
I need
Anybody
to go
else?
night-night.
Is there any, or a short rest or any healing or something like that?
We need a full rest.
Yes, we do need a full
Yeah.
rest, definitely.
Yeah.
I only need a
Completed.
half rest, but that'll be my full rest.
Don't
Ah,
remind
yes,
us.
your trance. your elf
Not to
trance.
brag.
Yeah, not to
brag,
brag.
but
Elf
it's
trance.
trance.
It's just 4
This
hours.
is how I have time to date.
Wow. A lot of dating in the Feywild.
That's
A
right.
lot of dating in the Feywild.
Listen.
So as you begin, as you continue to travel down the Rogedna River, the sun begins to set, and it starts to begin twilight. And the first thing that you notice as the sun begins to set is how beautiful and expansive the stars are.
Yeah, the night sky is completely clear. especially now that the clouds.
Now that the clouds are gone, it is awe-inspiring. You can see almost as if nebula or if you've seen the Milky Way in our real lives, if you've ever been out in the desert, it very much looks like that, where you can see sort of the dust reflecting in different colors deeper beyond the stars. And you also see beautiful green, wavy sheets of light sort of casting a hue.
Aurora Borealis?
Indeed.
And the Milky Way.
Although they wouldn't be called Borealis here because
Right.
of the location, but yes, very much like that.
Does Saint know anything about the cosmos?
I mean, you've seen the constellations and are very aware of the constellations before, but you're more than welcome to roll religion if you like.
Yeah.
And does it look
religion.
like what they saw in the tower in the last?
There were
tower?
3 constellations inside of the frozen ice tower that you saw. There was the Chalice, the Archer, and the Dragon. You can search the sky right now to see if you can spot any of them right now, if you want.
That's a yes.
I'm gonna cast guidance on myself because I'm still at disadvantage.
All right.
But I rolled really well. So
Religion.
22.
Woo. You can spy that in the sky is the Archer. It's in some religions, that particular clump of stars isn't necessarily the bow that you see or the archer that you normally see. Usually refers to air rather than necessarily a bow. But that is just because different time periods, right? Like the older religions tend to revere the archer, whereas newer religions like yours, Itha and various other ones seem to, they have different constellations in the sky. But the one that you know specifically is the archer, and you can see it high directly in the sky, almost as if it's following you as you move down the river.
So I know that from my my studies with the Irijji or from my god?
From the god itself. Like this, this isn't you studying long term. It's as if an inspired memory of these things has come to your mind.
When the sun sets and things get really quiet, and you just hear maybe a little bit of meh from the Ramhedë occasionally, and the crackling of the ice and the water flowing, all of you can make perception checks.
I don't have dark vision. So I have a disadvantage.
This is for hearing, actually.
Nice. Okay, great.
Because it's dark anyways.
I get advantage on that because of my ears.
Yeah.
Big ol'
We have one for Valcorio from Good Time Noodle Salad.
Thank you,
you.
Good Time Noodle Salad.
Oh my god, they're good for
And then-
something.
Cristobal, you have advantage from Good Time Noodle Salad,
Good time.
right?
Yep. Octavius, you also have advantage from Good Time Noodle Salad.
I'm gonna save it because I rolled a natural 20.
Oh, okay. Saint, you also have advantage from Good Time Noodle Salad.
Oh, thank you, Good Time Noodle Salad.
Wow.
And thank you, Good Time Noodle Salad, if we haven't already mentioned it, for the Cosmic Yam as well.
Oh, nice.
Dirty 20. Where are my
So,
ears?
so we have 20s and dirty 20s.
We have a nat
galore.
20 as well.
Yeah,
That's
You
great.
can have 20s.
So
It's a party.
Oh, I got that 22.
It's as if you guys have been in each other's heads.
Yes.
This is weird.
So not only anyone that got a 20 or above, not only can you hear the nipping and the snarling of the gnolls off in the distance, but
Congrats.
you can also hear a very guttural on the north shore.
Oh no.
It's not a cat, it's a big cat.
He's a big cat.
Yeah.
The blue cat?
The blue cat.
And you can actually hear at one point timber being shredded, as if this cat is clawing or marking a tree, and you can just hear the snapping of
Following us,
branches.
or are we going past it?
It's marking trees.
But
creating
is it like a Doppler effect where we're going right past it, or is it
Directly
keeping
north
pace
of
with
you,
us?
you're traveling east on this river. Directly north of you, big cat. Directly south of you, yipping, snarling, gnoll sounds.
So it's not like so we then move past it.
No.
No, it's keeping pace with
No,
it.
no, no.
Yeah.
We just stay right in the middle where we're safe.
Yeah. It's almost as if they're calling to you. Those of you that got the 20 or above. Those of you that got less than 20, even if you rolled really well, you're more in tune with what's going on with the herd and the Ursaka than you are with anything else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I'm the only one who didn't break 20, actually.
Who else? Who got the natural 20s? Just so I know. These three. So other things that you would notice because of where you are specifically, because I want to give you something more for getting natural 20s. You're sitting with Olivar. We'll get to you in a second because I want to have that conversation that you wanted to have. You're studying your stuff, looking through your things, yeah? Mm-hmm. So the one thing that was interesting about the mirror is that when you got it close to magical items, like you know that the gauntlet and some of these other things are innately very magical, nothing happened. Nothing got absorbed. It just stayed two separate magical entities. Yeah. So you now know that it's magical spells that are being cast or in the process of being cast that get absorbed, not magic from other items.
Interesting. Thank you.
And you notice, just sitting where you're at, that the ice that you're on is slowly melting. Yeah. It's not structurally sound. Even though you're all in the middle of this chunk of ice, you can tell that it's probably not going to last the full 2 days that the Ursaka said it was going to take to get to Los Camelin at the rate that you're going.
Oh no, and I'm heavy.
Yeah.
You're all heavy. The Ursaka are very heavy. There's a numerous number of the herd. They're heavy as well.
Dragonborn ain't light either.
Yeah. So you get that. Switching back to you, Olivar has prayed with all of the Ramhedë. They've said their prayers. He's handed out the berries. They've all gone to sleep. And that's when he finally, now that he's done tending to the herd, and the two Ursaka seem to be still a little bristly, but calming down a little bit. They're still watching over him, but they're kind of, looking at the North Shore and the South Shore, so their attention is elsewhere. He turns to you and gently places this very old, soft, withered hand on yours. You wanted to speak with me before, didn't you?
Yes, and what Oliver would know, as he tapped Otto, even though they're hearing danger all around them, they're looking to the sky because this is the first time that they're actually truly seeing the sky. And their eyes are wide, and there's like a hint of emotion, so they're a little like choked up at just like how big it is.
Sure.
Right? And so Otto goes, yes, I wanted to talk privately about something that Kari said, and I know this doesn't really like they have to do with privacy because we're here.
There's really no privacy among the Ramhedë.
But that's okay.
Ursun sort of says, there's no privacy on this ice floe at all.
Yep, I can hear you too.
Can I hear inside of her head still too?
No, that has finally faded.
Okay,
yeah.
And not really. Otto really wants to know things more than they want to keep it secret. And I think that everybody on the floating ice trunk has already earned an amount of trust that would make it okay. But Otto looks at Olivar and says,
Cartwright said they do something about my burn. And I was wondering if you knew much about where I guess all of us were before we were here.
I saw moments of each of you before you were enveloped in the storm. Yours was, and he slides his hand onto your wound.
And it's still wrapped, so I showed them, but it's,
Yours was particularly troublesome, and I'm sorry for that.
That's okay.
You and Cartwright have more alike than you know. The wound on her face refuses to heal.
Really?
Yes.
That is how I know that she was going to choose violence, no matter what I said.
Does this mean I'm gonna choose violence too?
No, child, no. Your wound is quite different, but it does mark you. Those that come across you in your travels will see what haunts you no matter how hard you try to hide it.
Otto's voice gets low into a whisper. I think that if people would strain to hear it, they could, but it is a whisper.
Okay.
And they say,
I don't want to bring bad luck to anybody. Do you think that this... So Saint believes in gods, right? And in big magical gods that protect us. But what if there's something else?
There are.
And what if I'm attracting that?
Why? Why would you attract something other than what you wish to attract?
You said I was marked. Am I just gonna keep... Am I the reason we're running?
No. You mustn't be so hard on yourself.
I just met them. And they're very nice. And I would like very much to protect them. And so, if you could help me do that, or tell me what I'm supposed to be doing, because you know so much about us, could you help us find home?
I would like nothing else. I would like more to help you than to do anything. But the truth is, you all are here to help us. I begged the gods for your assistance. I prayed day in and day out. I offered sacrifices, and I heard nothing for so long. And then one day these visions just came to me. Fire, wind, water. And I did not know what they meant. So I prayed on that. And more visions came. To the point where it was hard for me to focus, to do what I am placed here to do, which is to tend to this herd. I was at my wit's end. And then when I saw all of you enter into that tent, I knew I hadn't wasted my time. And so I need to thank you for what you have brought me.
Well, then we'll all I will have to live up to that expectation. And I will do my best to protect you. We will all protect you. And right, or correct, whatever brought us here. Because it is for a reason. Thank you.
If there is one piece of advice that I would give you, it's that we all need to protect one another. There isn't one of us that is more important than the other.
Yeah.
And he looks up at the two Ursaka towering over him, and then looks down at one of the baby Ramhedë. They may think that I am the most important thing here. But when I am gone, who will take my place? Do you see what I'm saying?
Otto thinks about their home and thinks about their uncle and how their uncle is essentially Oliver, and about how just Otto's responsibility to their community, and understanding the weight of what Oliver is saying and our responsibility to each other.
I think you understand more than you give yourself credit for, child. You have been through a lot, and it has forced you to age. I wish you had had more of a childhood.
So you're telling me you don't have an ice cube spell? Nothing that can freeze this?
No, I don't have an ice cube. I'm. Can you please keep it down? I'm trying to figure out where the magical energy went into
It's
the
going
mirror.
to keep melting, so can't you just this fire spells, can't you just whip out something that will sort of turn it into ice and unmelt it?
Let me search in my father's book. Maybe there is something I can find. But for now, will you leave me to...
Okay. Hey, is there anything, Cristobal, is there anything you found yet in those items?
I have... I assume I haven't been studying them this entire time. Or...
You actually probably could have at least studied one of them if there's something in particular. You also have all of the stuff that you looted from the Astral Dwarf's tower.
So much stuff.
Yeah.
Which is a lot.
I've got the big thing in my bag.
Right. Skull, right?
Okay.
The wizard.
So I'm going to say that I have spent this time...
But you're also, like, surrounded by all of these people.
Well, yeah, this is basically, Val is, like, if you two are sitting there talking, Val will hunch over and be kind of conspiratorial and just,
Okay, then all of my energy would have gone into the mirror, because the mirror is what captured the magic from
the flame.
Yes. So I want to know where the magic is going to.
Okay.
I want to know.
So you're essentially casting Identify.
Yeah, I'm doing Identify.
Or as someone nicknamed, what is it? The question, inquiry?
Inquiry.
Since they don't like my homebrew Identify spell. I read chat.
You're mean, Jared.
Sure.
It's every 10 minutes. So
you could ask a bunch of questions.
Okay, great. So I'm asking where the magic goes.
Yeah.
If there's any way for me to access that magical power.
Sure.
Is there any way to use the mirror aside from absorbing magic?
Yes. So this is a relic.
Yeah.
This isn't just a magic item.
Right.
Which is why I'm making it difficult. If it was just a +1 dagger or whatever, I wouldn't care. Mm-hmm. This is a relic, so there's a lot going on.
Sure.
And you can also tell that there's more than one kind of magic in it. And it also seems to have various spells that make it difficult to decipher intentionally to protect it. But I will say this, you do know that it does channel the magic, and you know that there are two places that it could go. The magic can get channeled into, this is after casting Identify several times and studying it for a long period of time. The magic can get channeled into the mirror and then re-channeled into another spell, which is more or less what happened to bring you here.
Got it.
The other option is it can channel the magic into another realm, and you have no idea where that realm is, who is there, who's watching it, who's absorbing it, where it's going. It's going to another realm of existence.
It's very much the magic equivalent of there's a button that might kill someone.
Oh no!
But save everyone else. Right. Do you press the button?
Wait, so you said the first option, it gets channeled into another spell?
No. The magic gets channeled into the mirror, which then can be channeled into a spell.
The same spell or a different?
Different.
Different spell.
It's arcane energy.
Okay.
Do I think I could theoretically absorb a spell into this mirror and then use that magic to cast one of my spells without compromising?
Yes, but then it would be channeled through you.
The magic.
So maybe take some damage.
I would. Oh, so it would come at a cost.
You can definitely. Well, you don't know, but you could because you haven't done it yet. You could definitely channel magic into the mirror, and then re-channel that energy out of the mirror through you into a spell.
So
yes.
It's like a free spell slot?
I don't think it's going to be free. It's got a feeling it's
Jared Kjack we're talking about here.
Think of it like a bank.
I got you.
Does that make sense?
Yeah,
like a magical bank.
Yeah.
What kind of energy can it absorb?
Anything arcane.
Probably arcane.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you also know, just from casting Identify multiple times, that there's 2 switches in this mirror. There's, just like there's 2 faces on the mirror, it can go in 2 different directions. Does that make sense? The magical energy can be put into those 2 different, like the bank, or moved to another place, but the magical energy can also be changed by being channeled through the mirror.
Understood.
Yeah.
So moving forward,
There's a light and a dark side.
Moving forward, could I use this mirror and have it be like a battery of sorts, or does it?
If you figure out how to use it, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, then that's what I'm trying to do.
Totally.
Saint, as you're sitting on the ice floe and,
She's crunched up like this, like trying to make herself as small and light as
and
possible.
looking up every once in a while, again, looking at that archer that gives you some sort of sense of wonder, and you start to see other star constellations. And these, almost again, as you well know, your knowledge of religion is sort of inspired. It's not a study. It's something that is given to you by Aitha. And as you see sort of the stars slowly shifting in the night sky, the brazier appears. And you know the brazier, in your mind, you relate...
The chalice, you mean?
No.
Brazier.
Yeah, the brazier. And it relates to Asharan Ka, the god of fire.
Oh, how do you spell that?
A-S-H. Asharan.
Asharan.
K-A-H.
Wait. A-S-H-K-A-H.
It's A-S-H-A-R-O-N.
A-R-O-N. Oh.
Dash K-A-H.
K-H.
Asharan Ka.
Asharan Ka.
The god of fire.
Okay.
You also happen to see 4 other ones that pop in. You drawing these connections almost as if in your mind. Again, inspired by your religion. The 2-headed snake.
Okay.
Aisath. A-I-H.
I already spelled it the way
Okay, I'll give you all these spellings later. I'll give you all these spellings later. I'll give them all to you later.
I wrote very phonetically how that sounded in my head.
The mountain.
Okay. Brother to the Hound. Got it.
Shotas.
Shotas.
The god of earth. The goddess of earth.
Goddess of earth.
You also see the mask.
The mask.
Toshi.
Toshi.
The goddess of water and ice.
Just so you know, these are lesser gods. So there's a hierarchy. There's the greater gods, the intermediate gods. Greater gods would be like Thasha. Intermediate would be Bahatha, and these are lesser gods beneath those 2.
Bahatha's below Thassa?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay. And is Aitha a lesser god?
Aitha is a lesser god,
To my
and as you
knowledge.
think of Aitha, appears the sparrow. And it shines brighter than the rest. And you can see one, the star that makes the tip of the beak seems to blink. Not like a regular star would blink if you could see it through a microscope, or a telescope, excuse me. Microscope? Stars through microscopes? A telescope. But almost as if it is signaling you.
Hi.
And a feeling of warmth and safety rolls over you.
You're talking to the stars, Saint.
Everything's going to be okay.
I'm glad you say that.
Yes. Do you believe me?
Probably not, but you know, I believe that you believe it, so fine.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I mean, the stuff that he's doing is what I'm most excited about because we seem to find some pretty powerful things back there. It was a really neat trick that what you did with the zombies, making them all like run away from you. That was good.
Oh, yes, that's the power of Aitha. It's new. I
Right.
didn't know I could do that. Quite literally.
Great. Do you seem, are you all right? I mean, you seem to get really jumpy back there on the ice.
Yes, I'm fine.
Okay,
Thank you for asking.
sure. Cristobal, sorry, he's ritual casting. Sorry, I probably shouldn't disturb him.
What? Yes?
Yes. So, you're working on the mirror, right?
Yes, I have learned some fascinating things about the. If you get too wet in the cold air, it might not be good for you. I hand you one of the handkerchief from my sleeve. Yes, I have learned that this mirror is capable of channeling magics, of allowing me to cast new spells, of fascinating. There's more. There's so much more to learn.
When you have time, that all sounds terrific. When you have time, I'd really like for you to take a look at the skull thing.
Oh yeah, I forgot you guys.
We grabbed the skull and the storm just went poof like away. I don't know if you noticed that.
I noticed.
I know. I'm getting a sense that it's probably pretty big.
Should we maybe keep the skull secret?
Well, I mean, this is the other thing I
rest
want to
of
say is that Soon and his friend there. I don't know if we can fully trust their intentions. Look, they seem to really want to save their home, and I can't blame them.
Minarsoon is sleeping.
Okay.
At this point, I'm assuming as you're having these conversations, it's as our watches are going. It's kind of how I'm assuming it's going on. So Asun and Drek are.
I'm getting kind of a sense of desperation from them, and that might mean that they might be willing to take it from us. So
if they are out cold, give it to me quickly. I'll see if I can do something.
Okay. I reach into my bag and I pull out the skull with the long, stringy white hair. Gross.
It's also the skull is, I don't know if we said this before, but it's bigger than a human or a dwarf skull.
Okay.
But it's smaller than a giant skull.
But it's
so it's not a giant skull, and it's not a human skull,
not
and
shaped
it's
like
not a dwarf
dragon,
skull.
and not shaped like bear.
No, it's a humanoid skull.
Okay.
It looks like a human's skull, but much bigger.
Like a big-headed dwarf.
Yeah, I mean that's a great way to put it. Maybe imagine it more like someone cast enlarged.
Yes.
Got it. Okay.
Yes.
Of a dwarven skull.
Oh, okay.
It's the baby of a dwarf and a giant.
What are you guys talking about?
By the way, when he's handing it over to you, you notice that there's little lights flashing inside of the skulls where the skull's eyes would be. Very dim, but they just flashed twice and blink once and then go out.
Is
as
he the
hands
only
it
one
over
who
to
can
you.
see it?
Well, this is just when the handoff is happening. I'm assuming it's like a handoff and then you immediately hide it, right?
Yeah, but is it constantly doing? Like, if I'd have looked in my bag, could I have seen like illuminating the inside?
Were
of my
you
bag?
looking in your bag?
Probably every now and then.
Well, right now
I probably checked it was there at least once.
Right now it glows a little bit green because Idaho Judd has given us a sprout of potato.
Snap!
Thank you, Idaho Judd.
Uh-oh.
We're that much closer to the next force of nature.
So, the first thing I'm going to do is.
Oh, and sorry, when he hands it over to you and your fingers actually touch the skull, for a moment you see blue flames and you remember where you were right before you got sucked into the mirror. It's almost like a 5-second clip of blue flames shooting across where the nobility were and down towards you, and you can hear the screams as you're taking the skull into your hands.
It's definitely sort of a traumatic flashback, a quick snap of flashback.
Okay.
Ask it a question, maybe it talks.
Yes, I will ask it in my own magical way. First question: What is the?
Val pulls his dagger and is just sort of pointing it at the skull.
That's not necessary.
You don't really know.
Is there a? The first question is what do the lights symbolize in the skull?
Are you casting Identify on it? Okay, sure.
I'm going to let you handle all of these Identify questions because this is your Identify.
This is my baby.
You brought this on yourself.
This is your big-headed skull.
It's actually my skull.
That makes sense.
One of the eyes is primarily a purplish color, and the other one is primarily green. And you clock that immediately as the crystal spheres that you've already heard of and talked about several times in the visions that she's had as the sphere of nature and the sphere of cosmos. The light that flashes off of it, however, is almost impossible to read because it's that you have to cast Identify as the light is bursting forth.
Understood.
You would have to be finishing your ritual as that light was.
Right. It's more of like a happenstance as opposed to.
And as you look at it, there is no rhythm to it.
Got it. I will say to them, this skull has the power of the cosmos mixed with the power of the earth within it. It's what these lights symbolize. And whose skull is this? Is my next question.
Jinhead's.
Roll wisdom save.
Some things are left unknown.
You asked the wrong question.
There's no right question. Jared. I don't know if you guys have
Gosh,
played with
what
Jared.
Good thing you're a
What
wizard.
an Elder Tour, right? Like you're knowing the unknown right now.
So if he rolls
Any
well, he would
advantages?
just know whose skull that was?
We don't
Yeah,
know
we don't
yet.
know.
We don't know. No advantages?
No.
Get it.
Roll
Get
high.
it.
You can
Yeah,
do
that's
it.
not how I do
Roll
it.
high,
You can do
wizard.
it.
I'm not wisdom. I'm intelligence. Yeah. 3.
So fire burns through your eyes into your skull. Lightning literally flows from your shoulders down into your fingertips, electrifying your hands momentarily and coursing into the skull itself. Your internal organs begin to twist and churn, and almost as if they're moving about inside of you. And your legs turn to liquid, and you pass out.
What? But like you faint, not like your legs are water.
Right.
This is how he experiences it.
Okay.
All of you see Cristobal go and then pass out.
I'll catch him and try to catch the skull
Yeah,
as well.
I'm gonna try to like
No.
catch him.
Saint will cast healing spells on him to try to revive him.
He does not come back. He is quite unconscious.
Oh no.
Okay, all right.
Cover his eyes.
Yeah, something.
Trying to make unconscious Cristobal as comfortable as possible. I've rolled him over so he's not face planted.
He is almost petrified. Like his body is rigid.
So I'm gonna use light as a feather, stiff as a board.
Okay.
Physics, I guess.
Sure.
And
What?
say, yeah,
It's physics.
it's physics. It's fantasy physics. You guys.
Fantasy physics.
Because he's so stiff.
As a board.
He's also light as a feather. I'm just gonna prop him up. So again, he's like this, but like outwards, I guess. So you're not in the snow.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I was worried you guys were going to use me as either a rudder or
I did think about that in my
knew you
plan.
would, yeah.
No, we could stick the sail on him.
Oh,
He's
since
the
you're,
mast.
you're looking right at him.
Yes.
You look into his eyes,
Uh-huh.
and you can see stars swirling, almost as if you could see the galaxy in his eyes.
Otto, and it's just because they're mystified. To everyone else, it looks a little bit like Otto is just getting closer to Cristobal, and then backs away, and then puts.
Did you see something?
For a second, I thought you were being sucked into his eyes.
Yeah, that's what it looked like.
Boo, I am not hitting on Cristobal, but the universe is in his eyes.
Oh, got it. Right. I mean, he is quite handsome.
Let me see. And she,
Why am I passed out for this?
We only compliment you when you're unconscious.
Such a compliment.
I mean, look at him. He looks great.
Curing wounds wouldn't do anything.
It does not. It does not have an effect. She already tried it.
Oh, you did.
It is starting to get late, and the rest of you are starting to get extremely tired.
Yeah.
I can stand watch over him in my first watch.
I'll stay with you.
I kind of assumed that happened during first watch.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, this is all
okay.
happening as you're watching.
Yeah, because you're getting into the night.
I do want to.
Yeah, 3 to 4 hours.
Oh, so I'm done.
Pretty much, yeah. Second watch. That's why you
I
take
did
second
wake
watch.
up. I
yeah.
thought so.
I want to say a prayer on my first watch. So
Okay.
before her watch ends and she takes her nap time, Saint will. Again, she's like still kind of crunched up in the middle of the floating ice cube. Right. She's staring right at the archer. Dear Aitha, I feel your comfort. I feel your warmth. I thank you for your guidance. But it is a bit scary out here, and there was a moment that I felt quite petrified. And I know that you've granted me a blessing in the past to help me
move past those things, so I was wondering if there was anything that might give me a bit of a shove when the need comes.
That star you were looking at before, that was blinking, stops blinking and shines a little bit brighter as you stare at it.
I'm going to take that as a yes. And as she settles into sleep, as whoever is coming next watch
KoKo's awake,
walks
yeah.
over, as she's kind of kneeling down, a swoop of wind comes and it has like a sound and it goes and it shoves her butt into place and she goes, oh, hello, and the wind comes through and lifts her up again and plops her down another couple of feet. Hitha. Naughty. Thank you. Talk in the morning. Goes to sleep.
Good night, Saint.
Good night. Good luck on your watch. He's still quite stiff.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I'll watch after him.
Yes. Okay.
He'll be really easy to talk to this way.
Is he okay?
Oh, hi.
Hello. I'm ready for my our
Yes.
watch.
Okay.
Yes. I know your name is KoKo.
Yes.
That is all. I am. My name is Drek.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Oh, they call me the Fixer.
Oh. What do you fix? Like,
And his eyes get really bright. And he goes, I fix all things. I am good with metal and wood and my hands.
can you fix Cristobal?
Otto is sleeping next to him, and Saint is sleeping next to him. We're just like a little tent.
And Drek gets a little closer. Drek gets close to him and kind of pokes him in the shoulder.
He is not made of metal or wood or other things that Drek is good at fixing.
I'm sure he'll be very pleased to hear that in the morning. Hey, while we're out here at Watch, do you want to maybe try to fashion a sail while we hang out?
What is a sail?
Oh, it's the thing that I wanted to design to kind of help the wind, harness the wind so that it can help get us to where we want to go. We could go to that side, or go faster or slower in
How
the
does
water.
it work?
The wind.
Oh,
It catches the wind, and it goes through some of the sail, but it mostly is blocked, so we can move the sail a certain way, so we can move a certain direction.
Like a hood caught in a storm.
Yes.
Blowing up and and you see him kind of focus and concentrate, and you can kind of see him. It's almost as if you can see him imagining exactly what you're talking about. And he goes, I will hold this side.
Okay.
Will you hold the other side?
I will, but I don't want to hold it for always. I wanted to fasten it to the raft, so we don't have to hold it at all. Yeah, I got this stick here and this rope, so I just thought that. Well, let me get this other stick
And
too. And then
may I have your stick?
you may have my stick.
And he grabs the stick, and his hand, his big bear paw, sort of rubs against your own as he picks up the stick, and he and he kind of goes off to a smaller part of the ice flow that is away from everyone else, and you see him put the stick down, and he pulls from his side what looks what before it looked like a hammer that he might just throw at something to hurt it, but as he pulls it, you realize it almost looks like an exact copy of the hammer that you found in the workshop. Almost exact copy of it. Dark wood handle with a heavy metal head on it. and he pulls out from a pack. He goes over and pulls out what looks like a python, and he puts it in the ice, and he slams it. And he slammed. You see him move with such speed, but it's almost right as he gets to the head. It's a fluid movement where the python slightly goes inside, but not enough to actually cause a crack in the ice. And he pulls it out and he goes, ugh. And he pulls a wood, like what looks like wood carving tools from his side, and begins to
shoot. A lot of things in your pouch.
Oh, tools are good for Drek. Helps focus.
And he begins to sort of shave a small, just the edge is enough, so it's a tapered hole. And he goes,
good.
And he slides the stick in, and it's as if he's made the perfect size hole for this particular stick. And he cinches it in and twists it, and it seems to, he twists it with his might until it stops twisting, and he goes,
okay, ready now.
That was impressive. That is almost exactly what I envisioned in my mind. I didn't even have to tell you. It's like you read my mind.
Drek does not read minds, but knows wood.
That's good. I like that.
I like that too. So have just this one, or do you need another?
Oh, another one would be great. I'm gonna tie it together so it almost makes like a triangle.
and he pulls his large hammer from his back, the one that he uses for and he goes, and he snaps the head off of it.
Oh, wow. That was really impressive.
I'm sorry.
No, why are you sorry?
Well, the noises that come from your mouth confuse Drek.
I get that a lot, actually. I'm not always certain that I'm having the right reaction. Like, do you ever get that?
Yes.
Like, something's sad and you're supposed to be sad, but
yes,
you're laughing instead. It's very confusing. Okay, anyway, let's keep going.
Drek, when you say sadness, you can see sort of a visual. His body sort of relaxes in a way that he's clearly sad about something himself when you mention it. And he, when you say, let's continue, yes. And he walks over to the other side of it, of the ice flow. And I imagine that you guys are doing this in the front of the ice flow. And he realizes, wind.
Do you get it now?
No. Yes. Looking to.
And he kind of closes his eyes and squints a bit.
I don't know where the wind is coming from.
Oh, it's coming from.
Roll survival.
Survival.
Yes, please.
Oh no.
But do you have any
Oh wait,
advantage?
I don't know.
Oh.
Please God.
Flat roll.
Dang
Flat
it!
roll.
No. Oh, thank you, but what was this?
Survival.
Survival. 8.
Yeah, it's.
She did lick her finger though.
She did. I mean, so did he. He did as well. It's hard to tell because you're moving fast down the river, so it feels like
so
there's an
there's
air
all
coming
wind
this
this
way.
way.
But that isn't the wind you want to catch because that will slow you, right?
Right.
It's pretty clear that in general, you probably want where he's already setting up is probably a good place to set it up.
I say we just go with it.
You know more about this than me, so I will trust you.
Thanks.
You are nice
good.
to look at.
Oh,
And
I mean,
he catches himself. And,
I'm invested now.
I've been there.
Took you this long?
And he again does the same thing with his python, sort of, it's clearly he's kind of using his shoulder to hide himself a bit. And it's a speed, but precision at the same time. And so he does it exactly the same way again. Perfect hole, shaves it with his wood carving tool, and slots in his own hammer and slots it into place.
How will you connect rope to...
I'll just tie it.
Oh, no.
And he pulls out what looks like a little nail. I say little nail, it's about that big. Little to his hand, little to his hand. And he with just his bare hands and puts it into a loop. And bare hands, hey! And again, sort of taps it in with his hammer into the wood and says, "Now you can tie on loop."
I can loop it through there. This is amazing. Thank you.
I told you I am good with metal and wood.
I'm just gonna pull it up here. Loop it around here. Do you have any more of those nails?
Yes.
I can't bend it.
Oh, well, you need another loop.
Oh, please.
Oh, just tell Drek.
Oh, I need another loop.
Okay.
We're already talking about communication styles with each other.
and he again bends it with his bare hands
Need in wood or just need?
I think I just want to keep this.
This is catnip to Jessica.
Cristobal's eyebrows can't get higher because he's frozen, but if he wasn't frozen, they'd go higher.
Do you know of Bahatha?
I've heard that name. Yes?
You do not seem... You are new to me.
You're new to me.
I mean new to Ursaka.
Oh, like new to... I did know an Ursaka for a while. They flew off on a horse thing. Pegasus, not Pegasus.
Oh.
2 different color eyes. Is it
Oh. That is good luck in Ursaka.
Oh.
Yes, means birth, prophecy. Means birth of honor and note.
That's beautiful.
Yes,
I like that.
I like that too.
I like you.
Now, Keith.
he seems to sort of you've seen him be present and stoic, really. Slow to the get up, slow to take on what's going on, and it's clear that the other Ursaka tend to not necessarily keep their distance from him, but he has his purpose, and it's not what their purpose is. Okay. And so they respect him in that way, where they allow him to be why he's there.
It's also pretty obvious that Grenlick and Ursoon are out cold, and so he feels more comfortable being himself.
Toxic masculinity, even in our world.
Toxic bearulinity.
Bearulinity. And he says,
Did I make you uncomfortable? I meant that I like how handy you are.
Oh.
I like how you bend nails. I like how you carved that whole pole up and just made us a sail. This is so amazing. I think I like your brain.
This is so many new feelings for Drek.
Well, what do you like?
I like the color of your hair.
Burrow.
I like that you keep everyone on task. I like that you are new and make me feel this way.
Feel what way?
Gonna rip this table.
In half. Does it feel good?
Drek's life is filled with sadness.
Oh, Drek.
But when I look at you, the sadness is not gone, but yells less.
It yells less?
Yes.
I'm so sorry that the sadness yells at all. I came from a place where lots of things yelled, but it was kind of how they just were. I don't think it was anything personal.
Emotions are strange.
Yeah, emotions are strange. What do you think Cristobal's thinking right now?
Stiff.
I hope he'll be okay. When he wakes up, he's going to be so happy because we made this whole sail. When everybody wakes up, it's going to be pretty amazing.
I hope
Sorry,
they
I
don't
changed the
wake up
subject.
anytime soon. I like talking with you. Ursoon is a good brother. Grenlick, he is Grenlick. But you, it is easy. Words are not my specialty.
Oh, words aren't my specialty either.
We have things in common.
We do.
I am worried about the dark wood.
You are?
Yes,
Because the wood is too dark?
Ursoon and Grenlick tell me I should not talk to you about it.
Oh.
You.
Oh, well, I don't want you to get in trouble. Do you feel like you can tell me? If you wanted to tell me, I could just sit here and listen.
You seem like Oliver, knowledgeable, skilled in ways that the Ursaka are not.
Oh my goodness, thank you. That's
You're
really
welcome.
sweet.
I was just speaking the truth.
I like the truth.
Yes.
So
They are sick. The Dark
all are?
Woods.
Oh, the Dark Woods?
Yes, Los Camelin is sick at the center.
At the center? Is that where you're trying to get to?
Frida says something has changed the heart.
Oh my.
The heart has changed. Food is harder to come by. Animals disappear. Brothers and sisters disappear without a trace.
It seems to make you very upset.
I lost my brother. My birth brother.
Oh, Drac. I'm so sorry.
It is why I came. I figured I perished in this honorable mission for Frida. Then perhaps I would take my place amongst the stars with Bahatha and Thashia, much as my brother has. So, you make me feel better when I think of him.
I'm glad. Do you know which star he is?
I think he is there.
Oh, that's a pretty one.
It is part of the mountain.
The mountain?
Yes.
Yes, I see a mountain.
Yes, there.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Have you ever noticed that you can just kind of make any picture?
Yes. I have thought of that often. You are the first to say so to me.
Can't be the first.
And while you are having this moment, there is a sound from the forest, and you hear, "Help me!
Oh.
Help me!" And that's where we'll go to intermission.
Oh my gosh!
I love Dungeons and Dragons so much.
So
I rolled about 6 times to see if Grenlick or Ursoon heard any of that.
Go back and watch Jared's face.
Oh, it's amazing.
I think the highest I got was a 6.
Well, let's hope you continue rolling like that as we come back, but we'll be back. Enjoy. Woo!
Oh.
All right. Well, I think we're back. Hi, everyone. We're back.
Wow, those intermissions go fast.
They really do, man. They really do. Welcome back. You might be asking yourself, why is Ron holding an iPhone held sideways in his hand? Well, we're trying some new stuff here on the Dungeon Run, and one of that is, and Sean, let's just see if it works. If you could go to it, let's just give it a quick, oh, hello. Hi. So, hi, everyone. It feels real live right now because we're live. But what we're doing here is attempting to give you a first-hand view, a trench run, as Sean has called it, of the minis. So let's try it now, shall we?
It's a handy-dandy mini cam.
Cool. What?
Oh, but will it flip? Oh, it does.
Oh, this is insane.
They're seeing all the studio.
Oh, look at his hands.
How is this even technologically possible? I'm baffled.
So,
Don't know how.
all right,
computers work.
Sean. What you're gonna see, hopefully, is at least a better close-up of our minis and the table.
Got these beautiful minis.
So you can see the work that I put all this into, because there's a lot of it that I do. So, yeah, let's.
There you go. There you go.
Ooh, it's like
over by Adam, so it's
There you
shooting
go.
this way.
There you go.
Here we
Perfect.
go. Here we go.
And then let's.
Ooh, it's
Yeah.
a stylistic view.
Keep talking.
We're gonna be getting a better stand for this, so that it's a little bit easier to set up.
We'll work on it.
We're dealing with some.
Got some angles. There's
angles
Adam.
and-
Oh, hello.
You can use this too if you want to like lift
Perfect.
it slightly.
Oh, perfect.
Perfect. There it is.
Look at that.
Perfect. Look at that. Yeah, we can refocus it. There.
Oh my
Perfect.
gosh, look at that.
Boom!
Incredible.
Oh no, it's
Technology.
Bend it down. There you go.
There it is.
That's beautiful. Right there.
Well done. Well done, Kari.
I mean, it's
That's
not
fine. That's fine. Leave it there. It's perfect.
I'm like, it's not
perfect.
straight.
So,
Amazing.
I mean, oh, wait,
thank you, Sean. Thank you, Two Kings, for helping us figure this out. It's been mind-blowing what we can do with new tech. So, that being said, let's get right back to it, shall we?
Sure.
So, when we last left off, you heard in the distance the voice of Capre say, "Help me! Help me!" I'm leaving it there. As you are, clearly some of you are sleeping. Those of you sleeping can make Constitution saving throws.
Oh, great.
At advantage.
Oh, okay. Thank you for that much.
It's not silent. It's ringing out over the silence at night.
Oh, so Constitution to see if we hear it?
If you wake up from this particular...
Okay.
No, please no. I don't want advantage.
I just rolled 2 nat 20s.
What?
What?
Look at that.
Wow.
2020.
Dang. So you
2020.
definitely wake up. And in addition, what you realize is what you're hearing does not sound exactly like Copper. There's something off about what you're hearing.
I'd like to refuse the advantage. I really need to get rid of my exhaustion. I still rolled a.
Well, it's a
15.
saving throw, so I don't think you get disadvantage on those, right?
You don't.
No.
She wants to stay asleep.
Oh, you want to stay? I see.
I have exhaustion.
Fair enough. I mean,
Val sees St. Sarah to wake up and says, shush, go back to sleep. It's fine, it's a Lacrota.
That was freaky.
Absolutely. So you can. I mean, it wakes you up, but you can certainly go back to sleep if you wish. And it sort of it repeats that 1 or 2 times, and then all goes silent.
How close is it?
It sounds like right off the shore, but it's hard for you to see because you don't have dark vision.
Yeah, and how are we able to tell how wide the river is at this point?
It grows in size and then
Sure.
shrinks back down. Right now, where you're at, it's pretty wide.
Okay.
So you're guessing, that the shore is probably a good 40, 50 feet off the edge of the ice float that you're on.
And 10 more feet I can't see because I can see 60 feet in dark vision.
Yeah, I mean, you could certainly try to pinpoint the
Okay.
figure. Sure.
KoKo, are you awake?
I am. I'm super awake.
All right, I'll try to stand up and make my way over towards where I hear KoKo's voice.
Yeah.
I can't see very well.
Okay, follow my voice.
Okay, all
La
right.
la la la.
Okay.
I'm over here.
Oh, we're right here.
Hi, Jack. What have you guys been doing?
We met Jack.
We have made a sail.
Oh, nicely done. Yeah. Excellent. So, anyway,
I don't see them.
it's the Lacrota, though.
I
looking.
think so, yes.
I'm looking. Do I see anything?
Roll perception.
Okay.
They're trying to draw us over.
I think this is just, they are keeping us tired.
10.
As you look out, your dark vision definitely, you can scan the wood line, but you don't see anything.
Okay. I think they are just trying to keep us scared.
Well, it's working.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's pretty unsettling.
Also, it's really annoying.
There's also like rocks and chunks of ice and stuff along the edge of the river. So there's lots of hiding spots.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Okay.
Does the river, do you know, Drek, does the river get tight or any nearby?
I have never been on the river this long, but I know it is close to Las Camelin. It is very wide.
Okay, well that's
It is wide to the sea.
Oh.
Okay. I don't know if.
We will get off well before.
Oh,
then.
thank goodness.
Yeah,
Okay, I was thinking
definitely.
that. I was thinking that definitely.
Yes.
Glad we have the sail.
I think you can go back to sleep.
All right, wake me if, I don't know, if those voices get closer.
Okay.
Yes.
Go back to making a sail or whatever you're doing.
Yes, making a sail.
We were making a sail.
Making sails.
And
We have a nature balloon!
Yay!
Spanetti! Thank you, Spanetti.
Spanetti.
Sven Eddie.
And the rest of the night passes uneventfully.
Yes!
So congratulations, everyone. You get a full night's rest, including you there, Mr. Galaxy Eyes.
Very restful.
And if you watched the cooldown, then you would know after this night's rest, they all leveled to level 4.
Nailed it!
So, of course, if you're not familiar, at level 4, all characters get a feat or a ability increase.
That's right.
I believe everyone chose a feat.
Yeah, we all did.
If I did my research correctly, I think everyone chose a feat.
Yeah.
So,
Do we want to share or just that be in game?
No, just have it be a surprise.
just have me
Okay.
I like that too.
Fine, I'll wait to find out.
Oh, so you got your hit points back.
Oh, sweet.
So that means you rested, your hit points, your spell slots, everything is returned to you.
And I
we
got
play-
my lovely max hit HP thanks to that Force card
yeah.
a few weeks ago.
Absolutely.
So thank you.
Here in the Dungeon Run, our homebrew rule is you get everything back when you rest, because why wouldn't you? So, you know, when you wake up, you all realize pretty quickly that the ice flow has gotten at least a little bit smaller, because you can start to feel a little bit of the movement of the river as you float down it. And when you wake up, the herd, seemingly, when you woke up, it didn't seem that anyone else really heard that help me, especially not the herd, because if they had, there might have been a little bit of panic.
Yeah.
But as you awaken, the herd starts to rise as well. You're all rising with the sun, clearly. And Olivar begins to tend to them again, keeping them calm as...
Yeah, does morning prayers.
Right, morning prayers to Bahatha, clearly. And also keeping them sort of calm when they also inevitably notice that the ice flow is getting smaller and smaller. And Ursoon soon gets up and says... waiting for Olivar to finish his morning prayers. And when Olivar finishes, Ursoon says,
I believe we may need to get to the shore soon.
Yeah, I don't think this raft of ours is going to last much longer.
I think we have probably a half day left.
Well, are we going to the north side or the south side? Because it's like we got the big blue cat on the north.
No.
That's Otto votes south, definitely. Or the
the south of the Lacrota and,
Right.
and the Knolls.
I'm hoping that we can actually pick up some speed because we heard Lacrota last night. So maybe we can pick up some speed with this sail that we made.
Judging by the map, the dark woods are mostly on the south side.
Yes.
Is it going to protect us at all? Is there a bit more protection in the forest?
Well, we are at least a day away.
Got it. Okay, so we're not going to get the forest before we have to get off.
and Ursoon, when you mentioned the wind, he notices, it's clearly,
Drek, did you make this contraption?
and Drek sort of says,
It was KoKo
Team effort.
and I during our watch.
and Ursoon seems to,
Well,
and there doesn't, he
What's up, bro?
Too bad there is no wind today. Otherwise, it might have done us some good.
I might be able to help with that.
Yes.
Well, you must save your strength.
Yes, but perhaps this one time is worth it.
Yes. I can see where you're coming from.
I mean, if it helps protect all of us and gets us further down the river, then
Faster.
Yeah. I mean,
Well, you protect yourselves. It is my job to protect Oliver.
I also think that Oliver is very capable of
Yes,
in what they do.
I agree. I will defer to you, Oliver.
Very well. And he gets up and makes his way down the ice float very slowly using his wooden stick as a walking cane. And makes his way down to where KoKo and Drek have made this small sail.
this guy?
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Um,
Look at that. Look at that guy. I'm blocking it.
Yeah, you block it with your fingers.
Look at that guy. Here you go.
he gets down there and he begins to pray. He sits down, he begins to pray, and he keeps bringing his hands across his face as if he's breathing in vapors or smoke that you can't see. But after he does that for almost a minute, you can see that his chest begins to swell and swell until finally he exhales this very long, very steady breath of wind that catches the sail and begins to pull all of you forward. And you can feel wind hit the sail, but also wave out in almost like a wall around you, as if a wall of wind has kind of encapsulated your ice float.
Saint, when that wind hits your body, it's almost as goosebumps on your arms. The hair on your arms stand on end. And you get, just like he did when he touched the skull, a quick flashback of when you saw your sister in the storm. And that feeling is incited in you as you feel that wind hit you and you back into where we are now.
So, Cristobal,
That was my next question.
when you wake up in the morning, it's rough.
Oh yeah.
It sort of feels like someone just took a relatively large branch and just beat you head to toe with it.
Cosmic hangover.
That being said, that's actually not the most concerning thing. The most concerning thing is you can't see out of one of your eyes.
Which eye?
Your left eye.
Okay.
And
What?
when the rest of you look at Cristobal, one of his eyes is completely white
Oh!
and the other eye is black.
Whoa!
What were they before?
Green.
Oh, maybe they're bored now.
Cristobal, do not look in the mirror.
Oh no.
Don't look in the mirror.
And you can see perfectly fine out of the white eye, but the black eye is just shadow.
Hey there, Cristobal. You feeling all right?
No, I feel as if I have been beaten with it. Why can't I see?
Okay, all right.
Why can't
no,
I
I'm
see?
going to need you to stay
Why-
calm. You're
why can't I
still
see?
on an iceberg in the middle of a river.
Why can't I see?
Your eyes, there's something going on with them.
I pull out the mirror and look at my eyes.
Sure. And when you look in the mirror, funny enough, you can see the reflection of yourself
You are
with the
evil.
white eye. But with the black eye, you look into the mirror and you see the reflection of a figure that you've never seen before.
What the heck?
It's a man dressed in dark but nice clothing. It almost starts to remind you of
Slay.
Baron Medulon.
Does it look like him?
A little bit.
Of whom?
It,
Someone
from
we don't
his,
know?
from his
Someone
past.
you don't know.
Okay.
Baron, we don't know.
And so your eyes actually start to blur because you're getting two different images sent to your brain at the same time with your two separate eyes. So they start to blur together. You see yourself,
and you see the shadowy figure that looks like Baron Medulon blur together on the mirror.
And one side smiles, and the other side winks at you, and then it disappears.
And I'm stuffing the mirror back into my bag.
Right. And when you put the mirror back, again, you can only see out of the one eye.
Ugh.
What's the matter?
Fix me. Fix my eye. Do something to fix my eye.
Oh, right.
Do the magic on my eye.
I will cast healing upon you. And she casts healing word.
Okay. You feel very calm. You feel very like warm, and like the bruising from the hangover, we'll call it, kind of goes away. That soreness goes away, but your eye does not change.
Until your eye returns, perception checks are at disadvantage.
Oh no.
Yeah, and your sense of depth perception is shot.
Right.
If you give me a day to rest, I should be able to call upon my god to think of a spell that can detect whether this is good or evil.
Maybe it's not even permanent. Maybe it's just for a little bit. Like one time, my uncle Jub Jub, he got into like a lot of honey, and his wings were so sticky that he couldn't even move his right arm. It was stuck to his right side for like 2 days, and then he was fine. So maybe
Give it 2
Maybe
days.
your eye is the wing and this evil skull is the honey.
The logic follows, yes.
And Ursoon says, the logic would also follow that perhaps it is permanent damage.
But I'm shocked. What also?
We don't know.
We don't know. So why would we want to catastrophize right now? We don't.
Cristobal is going to slowly sink to his knees, get into
give
the
him a
fetal
moment.
position, and just murmur to himself.
It's a little bit colder. You're moving a lot faster than you were before.
Right.
And so now as you start to all sort of calm down from the catastrophic event that just occurred with Cristobal's eyes, you're starting to feel that frigid air a
Give
bit
him the
more.
warming pellet, at least.
I think he already has it,
Okay.
right?
Is it still
I
working?
think we gave it back to Saint.
has it.
Yeah.
I do have it?
Yeah, and then we put the furs on.
Furs are on KoKo, and
Yes, that's right. Okay, never mind. He's got the furs on.
The furs.
yeah.
The loosely sewn together furs.
They're beautiful.
Well,
Bite
when-
your tongue.
Yeah.
Bite your tongue.
Very
When
few
when we have the chance, we can learn a little bit more about what maybe did that to him, and maybe there's some sort of.
Well, it was a skull.
What was the last thing you said before it happened?
What?
What was the last thing you said before it happened?
The last thing I said? You mean before I froze up?
What
And
triggered? I mean, don't say it again. But
I did not. I asked who the thing that shall not be named belonged to.
Whoa.
And I just saw the stars, forever stars, just nothing but darkness and pinpricks of light. And now I cannot see at all.
Your eyes, when you were out, they were like big, beautiful galaxies. Just like big, just beautiful, glimmering, never-ending galaxies.
They were beautiful.
That's not anymore. Look at this.
I don't like
This is not.
you're saying you can't see it.
Run! Run! The Lacrota are here!
That's the Lacrota.
Was that Capre?
Yeah, no, that's Capre's voice. That's exactly what
That's the.
Capre said when we
That
were
was the
leaving.
Lacrota.
Yeah.
But how can we be sure that it's not Capre?
I suppose I could be wrong.
Help me!
You're on your own, Capre.
You do see quite a few of the Ramhedë perk up, and they're looking at the south shore when they hear this.
Any sign down the river of Capre or Tustin?
Roll perception.
Okay.
They were going a lot faster.
Yeah, a
than
lot
you
faster and a lot farther at this point. Any advantages or no anything?
Nope.
Straight roll for you.
5.
As you look down the river, you can see that you are picking up speed, but so does the river as you move forward.
As Cristobal is on the ground, he's going to start drawing a crow in the ice, in the snow and ice that is and slush that is happening on the
Raft.
on the raft. Thank you.
Sure.
And he's drawing it as precisely as possible, depending on how long we're there.
With just the one eye?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and so it's taking him extra time.
Oh, yeah.
For sure.
Okay.
You're gonna have to take your time for that because
Yeah.
your depth perception is definitely
totally.
messed up. And as you hear again, run, the Lacrota here from the tree line on the south shore, you see two very large Lacrota, which would by itself be a scary sight. But on their backs, you can see two very large gnolls. One carrying what looks like a spear on its in its hands, and they are moving at an unnaturally fast pace
Along the river.
along the river, capable of maintaining speed with even your sail. And as they exit the forest, so do how many other ones?
We got 5.
It is the war band.
Oh no.
5 more Lacrota, 5 more
No.
gnolls.
5 gnolls. There's two. There's
Alrighty.
2 extra large gnolls. They almost look like they've been bred with giants. They're that large. They're almost twice the size of a regular gnoll. And then there's 5 regular gnolls chasing behind them, trying to keep up, but having a rough go of it because the Lacrota are fast.
They still seem to be able to maintain at least somewhat of a distance and not being left too far behind, which the rest of you find very odd. And even Ursoon says,
How are they doing that? We are in trouble.
says Ursoon, and he picks up his axe and walks in front of Olivar and stands at a ready stance.
So does Grimlock. They both go straight down to where Olivar is with this wind wall that he's created.
Even with our wind wall, even with the increased speed, they are keeping up.
Correct.
It is apparent that they are keeping up.
Great. Is there any sort of bridges, any sort of any kind of thing that we could get to that will naturally disrupt them, keep them further away? That's coming up.
Are you asking Ursoon?
Yeah, or any of the Ramhedë.
Ursoon says,
I do not know of any bridges on this river.
Should we try and make it to shore somehow? Move the sail so that we make it to shore and kind of draw them away?
The north side might be better at this point. One
we
big
need
cat versus.
We need cover.
We do. I don't know if this is anything, and I don't know if I could reach. But in theory, if I were to get something over to them via mage hand, could I do that?
from where you are to over to who?
Yeah, to the Lacrota. Can I reach
to the Lacrota? No, that is probably too far. Mage hand's 30 feet max, I think, and then blinks out.
Sounds right.
Well, if you go all the way to the tip of the
Yeah,
iceberg,
like to the very tip.
Oh, okay.
and then you mage hand some, but it has to be 5 pounds or less. Okay. Yeah.
Sure.
Great.
You'll just have to wait because this is what the river's doing. Right. It's not a straight river. It's not man-made, so it's winding. Even though thus far it's been fairly wide, it does start to snake a little bit, and so you'll have to wait for one of those moments where it snakes, because then you'll get closer to that bank as you're flowing through.
Great. So I would just like to go to the tip of the iceberg and then just ready in action.
Okay.
Yeah, as you get, as the river begins to wind, it is not too long until that moment happens.
Oh, okay.
But as you get closer, you can see one of the large gnolls on the Lacrota is clearly female, and she seems to be carrying a spear. And on the edge of the spear, it looks, you can see from where you're standing, looks like a very large piece of what you recognize right away as obsidian.
And in fact, the large, dark furred gnoll with a shock of red hair on the Lacrota next to her has an axe made completely out of obsidian as well. And he's ripped. Like he looks like a gnoll that ate 4 other gnolls.
Oh, great.
We wrote down obsidian. I wrote down
Yeah,
obsidian.
what was
before.
There was a
What's
chunk
the
of
effect?
obsidian in the workshop. We don't know. It didn't come up as magic though.
Okay.
It was something that Tustin was
really
very,
wanted.
very interested in.
Okay.
And
Did
as
you
you-
take something obsidian?
That's all he took
all he
was
took.
that
Okay.
and the religious
Symbols.
symbols on the astral dwarves that were in the tower.
When I see Otto step up, St. Will step up beside him, and she's also going to ready Toll the Dead.
Okay.
for an instigating attack.
And as you're, just as that moment, this is all happening as that moment where it's getting closer, just before you would let go because you're within range, and you hear the large one say,
Give us the herd! Herd! We want the herd!
Oh,
No thanks.
I am going to. I was looking at my equipment.
Yep.
I have manacles.
Great.
Yeah, and I want to launch them at the feet of the Lakota. I would like to pin their feet together. So I'm not binding them,
Right.
but now they can't run. They have to run.
Gotcha. So you're going to try to use your manacles and clasp them together on their feet using your mage hand. Okay, this is going to be difficult to do. Mage hands are like your own hand, but you're moving fast, they're running, so timing it properly is going to be difficult.
I have a proficiency in sleight of hand.
Perfect, great. So I will give you the sleight of hand check
Okay.
at disadvantage.
Okay.
But you have advantage from Drew from IT.
Yes, Drew. Yes,
So
Drew.
you will have a flat roll.
Okay.
Is this an ability check?
Sleight of hand, yes.
Guidance.
You will lose your Toll of the Dead if you're preparing it.
It's a cantrip.
okay.
Yeah, but she'll just
I
not
know.
be able to
Yeah.
cast it, is what
Yeah.
I'm saying.
It's okay.
Okay.
Okay. But sorry. I just want to make sure I have my abilities up. Okay.
With guidance, with
With
guidance.
guidance. Fudge. Oh, with guidance is like a D4?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, 9 plus 4 plus 5.
Who's a 4?
Yeah.
18.
18!
DC was 15. So what you all see is she sort of pulls some manacles out of her hand, tosses them in the air, casts quickly a mage hand, which appears. How does that appear from you? Does it appear like a hand? Does it appear like a wing?
It's invisible.
Oh, it is
because
invisible.
I am
That's right.
Arcane Trickster,
It's an
yeah.
arcane trickster. So they begin to float as if they're being driven by just her mind towards the edge of the river, and it claps on to the larger beefy Knowles Lakota, and it's that moment where everything slows down, and just as the 2 feet hit the ground, clink, clink, and you see the Lakota, boom, it flips its head, landing on the ground. However, the knoll on its back leaps off of the back of the Lakota, landing without a hitch, and just maintains speed as if it's running on its own.
Not bad.
I mean, one baddie down. That's
I mean-
something.
Right, we just have to run faster. That's it.
Or sail fast.
Sail faster. We just have to sail faster.
So the big one, after it lands, looks at you. Give us the meats, and we let you live.
Never.
Pretty soul
He
dead.
continues.
Yeah, they begin.
This is your last chance!
And as she says that, she twirls her staff above her head, and all the gnolls behind her begin to yip, and they get worked up into a fervor, and you see them start to pull out bows, and they're knocking arrows.
Hey,
So, herd or die!
soon, could you have Oliver tilt us a little more north, a little away from the southern shore, please?
Kill them! Kill them all!
Roll initiative.
Oh, fun! I don't have any ranged weapons.
I do.
It's gonna be great.
Octavius, do you have it? Oh wait, that says used.
Yes.
Is it used? Killjoy?
No. That you click that and then it's used.
Oh, okay, cool. So wait, should I
Octavius
give
has
her
advantage?
from that?
This is
Yes,
for
yeah.
Oh, okay.
extension?
Yes.
For our
Yes.
extension?
Yeah.
Yay!
Yes. Kildrin gave you advantage.
Yay!
KoKo, you have advantage from Sijo 225.
Oh, thank you.
Saint, you have advantage from Idaho Judd.
Idaho
you.
Judd,
And
thank
Cristobal, you also have advantage from Idaho Judd.
Let's get it.
Get it.
Get it.
Thank you everyone for your
Time to get it.
kindly donations
We
and
hope-
using our brand new extension.
Yeah, we hope you're finding the extension easy to use.
21.
Okay.
Wow, KoKo, she's prepared.
Anyone beat a 21?
Oh no,
Okay.
I landed on.
No, I guys got a
18
dirty
on my
20.
plus 3.
14.
So dirty 20 is next after 21,
Yeah,
and that's Otto.
correct.
Okay. And then who's after 20?
15 or higher?
I have 16.
Okay. Okay. 10 or higher?
14.
10.
So 16 was Cristobal,
Yep.
Val, and then 10 was Saint.
That's correct.
Okay. So before we actually get into this combat, two things happen. All of you notice that all of this movement and action and the Ramhedë moving around and all of you shifting places and casting spells and what have you, the actual ice chunk that you're on starts to crack and break apart. It's not breaking apart yet.
Okay.
It just starts to.
Okay.
So we'll get back to that. The second thing is all of the gnolls were holding their action to launch their arrows, which they do at the top of this round, and they'll have their actual round as well, almost like a surprise round.
Okay.
But when the arrows come raining over that wall of wind that was wrapping around you, the arrows get caught up in it and get blown off in different directions.
Amazing.
Which makes all of you realize that ranged combat, physical ranged combat, will probably be affected by this wind wall going out as well.
Incredible. So no arrows out. Spells? Yeah.
Spells may or may not
Spells
work
may or may
depending
not.
on what the spell is.
Okay, cool.
If the spell shoots something physical, it'll probably be affected.
Incredible.
If it doesn't, if it's just like a, like a sacred flame or something that, save or whatever, then yeah.
Okay, that's awesome.
Cool. So those are the two things that happen at the top of this, and then KoKo, it's your turn first.
Okay.
And as far as distance is concerned, they are.
It needs to hit you.
Okay.
They are 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So they have to be pretty close to this. So I'm going to slide all this out.
Great.
Because I need to at least get it 30 feet away from the edge of the water. 5, 10, 15, 20. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Great.
But I have
Perfect.
to get to
that works.
first.
We also have the Cosmo or Cosmic.
we're 30 feet from them?
Yes.
Yes.
We're 30 feet from the shore, yes? Or we can be if we get to a
If you
spot.
get to where Otto is, you
Got
have
it.
to trade places with Otto,
Okay.
but Otto is right there on the edge, and that's the closest is that 30 feet mark. Yeah.
Okay.
So
Show
remember
them
to
those
give an
Lacrona.
amazing
Those things are sick.
remember to give an amazing description to your attack or spell, because
Yes.
you'll get an extra +1 to hit or a +1 on a spell save DC.
Thank
If you do it extra creatively, you get a +2.
Yeah, I got it right
They're
here.
Okay,
so
so there's
scary.
one Lacrona that's down, and the knoll is running toward us, right?
Yes.
in the lead,
the one,
kind of?
Yeah, the biggest, beefiest
Okay.
one jumped off.
I would like to cast.
So this
Oh,
Lacrona's
do I go?
back here. Yeah, it's your
Yeah, it's
turn.
your turn.
Okay, I want to cast Tasha's Hideous Laughter
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Who would you like to cast that at?
at that knoll.
Which one?
Oh, the one that's running without the Lacrona, the one that
The big
was-
beefy
the
one.
big
Yes.
beefy one.
Okay. Yeah.
Big
so I gotta make a
beefy.
saving throw.
Okay.
Wisdom, I think.
Yeah, I believe
What
so.
is the range on?
30 feet.
30 feet? She would have to be
So
where
she's got to get.
Yeah.
Yeah.
gotta-
trade places with
Can that
Otto.
just happen, or is that something?
Yeah,
that
I think
have
that's
to do?
enough. That looks like enough room.
She's got a lot of movement anyway.
One thing I will mention about this,
You.
especially now that it's breaking apart, it's all difficult terrain.
Okay.
So you're at half movement when you're moving around on this.
Okay.
You have 35 feet and you were only moving from there to there, so
Okay.
I'm going to say that's plenty.
Okay.
But for
Got it.
anyone else wanting to move around, it's difficult terrain.
Okay.
Amazing.
Okay, I'm rolling.
No, you're
It's-
not.
I'm
I
not
got it,
rolling.
I got it.
You're
You
rolling.
need to tell me what your save is. though.
If you do an amazing description, though, you
What,
get a
my
harder
what?
save.
Wait, what?
Your wisdom, your
I
spell
need to know
save.
what the DC for your spell is.
Wisdom 13.
Wisdom
I
saving
believe.
throw should be here, yeah. Inner spells.
Top.
It's 8 plus her proficiency
Yeah, it's 13. That's wisdom.
plus her
13.
wisdom.
Okay,
13
so
is
I
the
described
DC.
this now.
If you want the +1, yes.
So
Okay.
make it he means he has to roll a 14 instead of a 13.
Okay, so KoKo, before KoKo lands where Otto is, yells to Otto, "Otto, jump!" and grabs Otto, kind of gives Otto a lift behind him, steps into place, and casts Tasha's Hideous Laughter spell at the big beefy. No.
What is the verbal that you use?
The verbal?
What do you say to them to make them laugh?
Oh, right. I'm just thinking something so stupid. Your pants are down!
What is she doing?
So dumb.
What is KoKo doing?
I'm distracting. I'm not good under pressure.
No, you're fine.
I mean, that's
You're fine.
pretty silly.
No, that's pretty good.
silly.
I'll give you the +1. However, it's meet or beat, and I did roll a 14.
Oh!
So he laughs,
Okay.
but he's still angry and wants to chop you up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good try.
Yeah.
It was a nice try.
He definitely found it amusing as well, just not psychotically amusing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gosh darn you and your good roll.
Yeah.
Not psychotically
Is there
amusing.
anything else that you'd like to do with your turn?
Oh yeah. Okay, so I do that. Okay, what can I do? I'm sorry.
You have a
can
bonus
do-
action.
You have a
and
bonus
you-
action.
And you already used your movement because you moved all the way over there. So just your
Yeah.
bonus action if you have anything.
Yeah, no.
Okay. Otto.
Okay, so we've learned that projectile weapons do not work. Well, they're hard.
Physical projectile weapons.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are impossible or probably at disadvantage?
Cristobal,
They looked pretty impossible.
Okay, got it.
The arrows came raining down, and it was as if they got jumbled up in a tornado and blown in all directions.
Okay.
You could tell Olivar to stop his spell,
Absolutely not.
Okay.
No.
because it's creating a wall of
Yeah.
wind all around you, but also blowing you forward.
Question, what is, they're running on, is it snow or is it grass?
Ice.
It's ice. Okay.
It's icy banks
Right.
of the Rorgevna River.
Okay.
There are some rocks there too.
Okay. I think. Okay. Question. So the one with like the manacles, are they?
They appear to
Fell
be.
over.
They fell over, and they appear to be trying to wrestle themselves out of the manacles.
Okay.
And Lucrota are strong enough to possibly do that,
Okay.
but it's not their turn, so I'm not gonna have them roll yet.
Cool. I'm just gonna that because we're going this way, I'm gonna lob a fireball. Try to like curveball it so it like, because it's. I think if I do this, it'll go behind us, and I just
Right.
need to go up behind us.
Okay.
Firebolt.
Firebolt.
I guess.
Oh, I was supposed to say fireball. Dang.
You can do fireball.
No. Firebolt.
But still.
Is this their true formation, this spacing, or are they more grouped together? It's just the minis are too big.
These are grouped together. This is the tripped Lucrota by itself, and then the pack of gnolls that are kind of trying to catch up.
Okay,
Definitely yell something cooler than what KoKo did.
So,
I will say this,
Yeah.
because it's a spell, you can fire it through the wind wall, but you will be at disadvantage to shoot it through. Because it's a spell attack, it's not a spell saving throw. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Because the only thing I have is a crossbow, and I feel like that would be
Yeah.
better.
No.
Agreed.
No, I
Okay.
think the fact that you can get anything through the wind wall is good.
Worth a
Okay.
shot.
And so Otto steals himself to the side. He kind of slides to the almost the tip of that ice bank, so right where he is already, but just a little lower, and goes, I don't know, time to burn, and just like throws it that way.
We're all amazing at this. Is one
Catchphrase.
Sick burn.
And their magic is very like it's kind of chaotic. It's not something that they've controlled really. And so when they say burn, it kind of like shoots out of their beak.
Oh, nice.
Oh no.
Yeah, and it's sort of like a burp, but it's
Sweet.
battle
A
burp.
firebolt burn.
Yeah, battle burp.
A battle burn.
I like it.
Yeah.
And whoever, like probably the Knoll with the ponytail.
Ponytail no.
Big beefy.
Big
There
beefy.
appears to be two pack leaders. Which one do you want to shoot it at? There's one.
This
with
is the
big
one I
axe and
voiced.
the
This
with
is the one
spear.
he voiced.
Yeah.
The one with the red.
Okay.
They both suck.
Great. So go ahead and shoot.
We'll
your
call it Jared
attack.
Knoll.
Okay.
Take it personally.
Just natural.
Kill that Jared Knoll. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, you have advantage.
You
so-
do.
Hey, it's just
From
straight
Sijo.
roll.
Sijo 225.
Thank you.
But you were rolling at
You watch
disadvantage,
this, I'll handle it.
Okay.
right?
Why?
Wasn't it? Oh, didn't you say it was at disadvantage
Yeah,
to do
so
the
it'd be,
spell?
it would be a straight,
Straight
roll.
roll.
It's just a straight roll.
Oh, okay. Well, so that was like a 5.
So, it makes sense. You shoot this fire and it gets whipped up into the wind and blown off in a random direction. And it actually still hits the ice next to him, and the ice sizzles and shoots up.
Okay.
And he just looks at that and laughs.
Thank you to Partos for the cosmic balloon.
Anything else?
I'm going to use the rest of my action to get behind Cristobal.
So you start moving back over here.
KoKo yells out to everybody. Or just a question? Doesn't somebody have some kind of like a cold front thing, like a freezing
Ice cube spell? No. I asked about that.
No.
Cristobal, it's your turn.
Val, you're on
Cristobal
deck.
is lying in a fetal position.
Oh, buddy.
He has not
on
got-
a melting iceberg.
Cristobal knows.
I'm aware.
So Cristobal stays in his fetal position, and the crow that he was laboriously drawing suddenly stands up, goes over to the closest dramatic crack, and a 5-foot puddle of water melts out of the crow, and the crow dissolves and freezes whatever part of the ice.
I see. You're trying to heal the
fortify
ice a little bit.
the island that we're on.
I like that.
Great.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Smart use.
Yes.
So
which I'll tell you what, I'll even go so far as to let you decide which pieces are going to get glued together. So you can pick 2 pieces that will not break apart no matter what.
no matter what.
Well, if you keep it going.
Understood.
Yeah.
Well, actually, it's instantaneous and it lasts for an hour. I don't have to. It's not for concentration.
Right. Okay.
So I'm going to the one that
Shape water.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I'm going to the one that Saint and KoKo is on, and I'm also going to keep the one that.
It's just one casting right now, right?
Right.
Okay.
You said 2 pieces though, right?
Yep.
So I'll keep that one.
2 pieces together.
Oh, to keep
I
2 pieces.
understand.
But that's
Yeah.
good. That's good.
Then I'll
So
start
this
there.
one and the one you're on.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
So
great.
those are going to stay stuck together.
Great.
Love it.
Anything else?
Nope. Fetal position.
And Val.
Seeing that very odd sight of Cristobal and this bird, this bird that just appeared in front of you and then just coughed up ice on
Well,
this.
what happened is I was drawing a crow.
Okay.
And the crow just kind of animated up and kind of hopped over to wherever the crack was occurring and then melted and spread
That's
apart.
so
and
cool.
All right, good.
We love birds
Val
in
is
this
like
thing.
checking
Catch
so many birds.
Yeah.
Val is like checking his
Pockets.
supply, kind of, and is like, I don't really have anything. But seeing this iceberg breaking apart, Val stands and basically wants to connect this middle one to the one with Ursoon and possibly with Olivar. I want to see how much I can get because Val steps up next to Cristobal and Otto and says, "Stand back. I really hate having to do this."
Oh.
And you see Val take in a giant breath and dragon breath of ice to hold the bergs together. So you're in a 15-foot cone breath weapon.
How long have you had this?
So you're his whole life he hates doing it.
5, 10, 15 with a half movement from difficult terrain.
Okay.
Which means 5, 10, 15, you're unable to reach that particular point.
Oh, okay. Could I have gone over here to connect us with the rest of the herd then, and we'll get the other the rest
Sure,
of the
yeah,
time?
that would
Let's
work.
do that
5, 10,
instead.
15, sure.
Yes,
sure
yeah, because
could.
that's where the rest of the herd is. Yes, on this
it
one.
is, it is.
Okay, so
This particular
very nice, very nice.
one, that one represents the herd.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So Val steps up and is just so. Stand back, please. Get away. And just a flow of ice and cold breath just freezes the two flows together and comes pouring out of his mouth in a 15-foot cone, but he's aiming it right at the ground.
Great.
You know we've
Love
been
it.
on melting ice almost this entire journey.
Well, we didn't really need it, did we?
Okay, I'm just saying.
It's rare that we need to make something more frozen.
So at this point, all of you hear the cacophony of the yipping and the snarling get louder and louder, and they start to either put their bows back or some of them even throw their bows to the ground, and they start running after you. And as they're running towards you, they put their front hand down, and
No.
they put their other front
No.
hand down,
Nope.
and they start
Quadrupedal.
running as if they are a pack of wolves.
Not cool.
Yeah. You can see them slobbering and drooling, and their eyes turn red, and they start making amazing speed up towards where their pack leader is. In fact, they run past the Lucrota and leave the Lucrota in the dust.
Wow.
How good
That's
are they?
that's their whole turn.
How good are they at jumping, swimming?
You'll find out.
No,
Saint.
I don't want to. Come on, Saint, come on.
I like that look on her face.
I like that they're all grouped together
They are.
because AoE attacks. So Saint will cast Shatter
Yes.
in whichever point will get the most of them.
Okay, so what I'll say is because these two are large and the Lucrota is also large, you can either do these two, the Lucrota, or the pack of gnolls. Regular gnolls.
Which one's the leader?
These
in
two
the
are
front.
leaders.
I'll hit the leaders.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they get a save, yeah?
Yeah, so it's a sudden loud ringing noise, painfully intense. So Saint
No, I got it.
channels her dog whistle Mariah Carey note. That
Oh my gosh, the highest.
and the ice that you guys just solidified slightly starts to tremble, but it's a 60-foot range,
Oh, yeah.
so
Yeah,
it just it hits right where it's supposed to.
Sure.
So can I get a +1 on my spell save DC? for
Yes. So what is it?
Nice.
For Mariah Carey.
So my normal spell save DC is 13.
So it's a 14.
Okay.
Can I get a +2 because I use the environment?
Yes.
Yes.
So what is it?
It's
Con
not
of
15.
Okay. Because they have heightened senses. The gnoll right there, he goes from laughing maniacally, especially out of all of these, like, telling jokes and Tasha's hideous laughter, and then the fireball bolt not hitting him, goes from laughing maniacally to and he drops his axe and drops down to his knees and puts his paws over his ears as his ears begin to bleed.
Oh, I didn't like that.
Yes.
However,
Thank you, Mariah Carey.
this lovely little gnoll, the female gnoll, leaps to the side and plugs her ears as if she knew what you were doing and is unaffected.
The heck?
Or, I'm sorry, it's half damage, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so she takes half.
She's bleeding a little bit.
It's thunder damage, right?
Thunder.
It is thunder damage, yes.
Did that crack the ice there on?
That's what I'm going to get to in a bit.
A good roll. 8 + 9 is 17.
So 17 total damage, right?
Yes.
Or 8 for the resistant.
Love it.
Yes. Non-magical objects that aren't being worn or carried also take damage.
Nice.
Really?
Yes.
Ooh.
That isn't being worn or carried.
Oh, not being worn or carried.
I know.
Yeah. And one of them is, well, the woman is still riding the Lucrota. Does that Lucrota still take it also?
Okay.
What happened, Jared?
I'll get to it in a second.
Uh-oh.
I gotta do the HP
I think you
damage
sunk his
first.
battleship.
Don't do that. Don't poke the bear, guys. You're poking the bear right now.
Okay. So here's what happens. One of the reasons why she leaps to the side is because when he drops his obsidian axe to the ground, it shatters. And you see obsidian explode out in all directions.
Whoopsies.
There's literal bits of shrapnel, and most of it embeds into him.
Ouch!
Which you would think would kill him outright, but he's made of nothing but muscle. So he just takes it, and you can see him bleeding profusely from all these various wounds on his body. And he's still clutching his ears and screaming at this ringing that is piercing his head. And all of the rest of the Knoll pack back away from him as he wails in pain.
So were they not affected by the sound?
No, because there's only a 10-foot range. 10-foot, right?
Like a cube.
20?
Let me see.
10-foot radius.
10-foot sphere.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
sphere, okay, so that's why it's only hitting
20
2.
radius. Yeah, or
Yeah.
20
I
circumference.
knew it wasn't that big.
So the obsidian sphere was not is non-magical.
Wide shoulders.
I'm sorry?
It's non-magical then. That's what that tells us.
The obsidian, I can't tell you. I can't tell you whether it's magical or non-magical. We'll get to it later.
Okay.
Yeah.
All you know is that when that happens,
He drops it, and the axe shatters.
Okay.
You also would know that Shatter would probably not destroy a magical item.
Yeah.
You would know that.
Okay.
So if that answers your question, it
Yeah,
answers your
yeah.
question.
Val
Are any of
turns
them-
in and says, "Who's laughing now, idiots?"
Are any of them within 30 feet of me, or are they just out of range?
Now, they're not.
Okay.
They all leapt back.
Okay.
Yeah, he is, but he's,
In pain.
yeah, he's lacerated from head to toe.
Oh, he is within 30 feet? I mean,
Well,
I
right
have
now he's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35,
Okay.
40 feet.
That's
from you.
true.
Okay,
Yeah, you'd
all
have
right.
to get off to the edge of the berg if you really wanted to reach.
Yeah, I mean, I will step to the edge of the berg just because I want to get him within 30 feet because I have a free bonus action left over. So, the wind that Saint was encountering earlier before she rested, this like warm, tinkling sound wind, will go and it kind of like grabs her butt on the way. I don't know why it has like an obsession with her butt. And it's gonna.
I know why.
Saint God is obsessed with her butt.
And it's gonna keep whooshing forward, and it's gonna shove that guy back 5 feet. So he gets a strength save.
Oh, okay.
DC 13.
Cool. Yeah, he beats it.
Okay.
He's made of muscle, so it makes sense. Plus, he's on his knees, so he just sort of gets hit by this wind and leans back and then leans forward.
For those playing the home game, that was a telekinetic shove from the feet, telekinesis. Or telekinetic, excuse me.
And it's just a free butt grab for me, I guess.
Bonus
Like a
action.
free
If it's consensual, I mean.
It's definitely consensual.
So
always has consent.
the pack leader, now known as the pack leader because she steps forward and kind of takes charge. She looks down at him and says, "You want to say anything?"
Get up, fool!
Thank you. That's what I was hoping for.
A lot of love in this room.
That's good. And he forcibly, through all of this pain and anguish, he forces himself up, and she spins her spear above her head. The obsidian bursts into flames.
Whoa.
She stabs it into the ground, and all of the gnolls howl in unison. And at that point, they all become supercharged.
Oh.
And you notice that the gnolls back away, the Lucrota backs away, and she backs away.
Oh no.
But it's looking like someone that's going to back up and take a running leap.
KoKo Saint, back up!
It's the Lucrota's turn.
Oh!
That Lucrota, I'm going to say, is still wrestling with its manacles.
It's psychic.
And it does not make its strength, so it doesn't break out. It's just fighting
Sorry,
its manacles.
buddy.
But this Lucrota runs and leaps 30 feet in the air and lands right there. She's not on.
Oh, she
wow.
got
She got off.
That's problematic.
Wow.
And then immediately
Maybe we
tries to take
shouldn't have frozen that one more.
a bite out of you because you've done the most damage thus far. You seem to be the nastiest opponent.
We're looking eye to eye, too, I imagine.
Oh yeah, they're large. Well, you're not large, are you?
No, I'm 7 feet tall, though.
Oh, okay.
You're still medium, but yes.
Yeah.
That's
7 feet
fine.
tall is pretty.
How dare you?
So it's got multi-attack, so it's going to do a bite and a hoof attack.
And it does that. It says, "Help me! Help me!"
Annihilation vibes here.
Yeah, the bear. Ugh.
Does a 16 hit?
It does not.
Oh, wow.
Look at you. I'm a
With a
glass.
shield.
That's a thick elephant skin.
Does
Maybe the thick
a
skin.
23 hit?
Yes.
Okay.
Not that thick.
That thick elephant skin.
It tries to bite through your armor, your shield, and it's got those weird knotted teeth. They're actually not sharp. They look like steel-plated teeth, almost like a grill. And that bites into your shield and starts to rend your shield.
Yikes.
Then it turns.
Just give it to me, by my God!
It turns when it realizes it's not going to get to your flesh, and it kicks. No, much worse. It mule kicks you with both of its hind legs, rocking you backwards.
Oh my gosh.
For some damage.
This is bad.
Only 9 points of bludgeoning. It's not that bad.
Oh, it's not great, though.
Accurate. But you don't have a melee weapon out, do you?
Not yet.
Okay.
for some viewers at home and seeing
Oh,
Kari's
opportunity attack.
No,
No, because it's still in your threat range.
Yeah.
Oh,
It moved around you.
Well, they also have an ability called Kicking Retreat, which means immediately after taking a hoof attack, they can take the disengage action for free.
But it's still within your threat range, so
Yeah.
it wouldn't even trigger one from you, even if you could.
Yeah.
That's why he asked KoKo,
Yeah.
because he is exiting her.
Sure.
And that's the Lucrota's turn.
Great.
And it's the Ursaka's turn. And they do not like anyone.
Get it.
I got you.
Go,
Oh,
Ursaka.
Drek. Careful, Drek.
So is Jess
careful.
not prone? Is
She's not.
good?
She got
No.
kicked, but
Oh,
she did not get
kicked.
knocked
Okay.
over.
Way
No.
to go. Way to
Don't
take
knock
it.
me over that easy.
Right?
Throw them off,
my-
bear
that
boys.
was my
Drek
elven
still have
gams.
his hammer.
No, but he still seems to. Other way, yeah.
These thighs are too thick to be knocked over.
Thick boys.
So Drek does not have his hammer?
Yes, my thighs do identify as boys.
Because then they used the hammer for their sail, right?
Okay.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Okay. That's
But he still has a light hammer, so it's just light hammer.
Okay.
Here, okay, do it from my side. You can see
Yes,
the whole
yeah.
way.
Ooh.
This is what I'm looking at.
Crota.
Ursoon also roars and breaks into a rage
Yeah, buddy.
Oh.
and
Yeah,
takes his axe to the Lucrota. Oh, dude.
Crit. You crit?
Dude.
Come on,
Yeah,
buddy.
Yeah.
Okay, so you've seen wolves attack one target simultaneously. You've never seen bears attack like a pack.
No.
So Drek runs up, grabs the front two legs of this Lucrota and wraps the Lucrota up so it can't move. Grenlek grabs it by the head and pulls its head forward.
Oh no!
And then Ursoon comes up with this huge axe and
Yes.
lops its head off on one side.
That is a technique, my goodness. I am living for
And
this
you
technique.
see the Lucrota's body go limp, and then they kick it and it drops into the water with a sploosh.
Yeah.
Blood
Wow.
sprays everywhere
Wow.
where they were standing.
Wow!
And you notice just for a moment
Don't tick off
the Olivar looks over his shoulder and he closes his eyes and the spell drops.
Yeah, that makes sense.
The wind one?
Yeah.
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 Okay.
He grimaces and the spell drops and blood washes over all of you.
Because it's like anti his whole
It's
spell
it's
deal.
it's
Yeah.
beyond
It's
violence.
beyond violence.
It's
That's
ultra
right.
violence.
Yeah.
If you've ever seen that movie. And that's the Ursaka's turn.
Wow.
The Ramhedë,
But
I
wow.
argue it was effective.
they
Come on, what did
they
Ramhedë do?
and huddle together, and Ursoon is just going to make his way out to the Olivar. Thank you. He's going to make his way out to the end of the iceberg,
Why?
and he closes his eyes.
Clearly moving away from the gore.
Oh, okay.
KoKo,
He's all alone.
Distancing himself.
Your turn, KoKo.
it's your turn.
Okay.
Oh,
The wind wall is
Oh,
down.
yes.
Yeah.
Thank you for reminding me.
you're welcome.
Yeah, that's what I figured. So these two were fused together, correct?
Yep.
Yes.
Those are the two
And
fused together.
and these two refuse together.
All of our.
These start to break
Bro.
apart.
Oh, dude!
He walked over there and immediately got separated. Man.
I'm gonna say Ursoon is on this one, and Grandma can be on that one.
Where's Drek?
Drek is on his own island there.
They float about 9 feet apart from one another.
Oh, they're 9 feet apart?
Yeah, so they're just under 10 feet. If you
I moved those, yeah.
yeah,
Jump. So yes, these three are fused.
yeah.
Okay.
And that is the layer action, is the ice floats breaking apart. Now it is your turn, KoKo.
Wow, guys.
I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. Are we
You can
trying
use
to...
your bow now.
Well, you
No,
can
I
use your
know,
bow
but
now.
I'm like, they're still actively attacking.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
They look
Let's
like
do
they're-
ensnaring strike.
Yes.
So,
You can now shoot your bow because
Yes.
Yeah.
the wind went
Yeah.
away. Yeah.
KoKo yells to Drek, Drek, are you okay?
Drek says, "Don't worry about me.
Okay.
Protect the herd and yourself."
On it! Grabs my bow, ensnaring strike.
Already working together like a well-oiled machine.
Don't mess this up.
Good
Don't mess this up.
communication. I mean,
Ensnaring strike to,
we all want a bear boyfriend.
Some people have them.
That's a thing. What is this guy doing?
I'm kidding.
He's
I'm a married man.
forcing himself
hurt.
to his feet, even though he's covered in his own blood and he's got pieces of obsidian buried in his skin.
What's that? What's the lady doing?
She did some kind of chanting spell that made all of the gnolls and the Lucrota flip out into this rage.
I'd like to. Can I reach her with my
Yeah.
ensnaring
Oh,
strike?
for sure.
Okay, I'd like to go for that.
Sure.
Take a shot.
Okay. Roll your shot.
Okay.
Does she have advantage?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, Idaho Judd gave
Yes.
you advantage. Thank you.
Yes.
Okay, pretty good. Roll it again and take the higher.
And I have to make a save for
17.
snaring strike, right?
So 17 plus 5.
Is 22.
22.
It hits.
Ensnaring strike is a strength save, I believe.
Yeah.
Do you want to describe it really well and use your environment?
She already did that for
She
the
used
thing.
hers.
Yeah.
Hayes laughed.
And it was so great.
So great.
Up against your spell save DC, which is 13, we've decided.
It's a
So
strength,
it's a strength
save.
check.
Yeah.
I got a nat 20. You still do the extra damage from ensnaring strike, though.
Yeah.
So it's a D8 of.
D6 piercing.
So well.
D6 of piercing.
It's a D8 and a D6.
Why are you rolling nat 20s?
What's up?
He's better than me because I would
I
have had
also
the
rolled
extra
a nat
damage
20s.
go away too.
Yeah,
so.
I also rolled nat 20s for the Ursaka, which is why they...
I rigged your dice, bro.
So a D8 and a D6.
Okay. Oh, D8, D6.
Plus
okay,
3.
So
Yeah, plus the dex. And plus a D4 because of her face stuff.
Oh, wow.
What?
Yeah,
Oh,
so
that's
really
right.
good.
A D8, a D6, and a D4.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
Just a D4.
With one shot.
That's it.
oh my gosh, you guys. 4, 5, 2.
14.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
I'm sorry, did you just say ow?
Yeah. So she
Nice.
she takes the arrow to her shoulder and grimaces in pain, and you can see the vines start to wrap around her shoulder, but she's pretty large as well and pretty muscular. And she just rips her arm forward and the vines fall off.
For real?
Yeah.
For real, for real.
For real, for real.
Not the play.
a lot
Are you
of damage,
sure
though.
though?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's pretty
Okay.
sure.
Positive.
Okay.
For the nat 20? Yeah.
Okay, fine.
Anything else? You still did a bunch of damage to her.
Yeah, what else can I do? I'm sorry.
Your bonus action.
Bonus action.
Oh, that actually I
That
think
was-
your spell was your bonus action.
Yeah, ensnaring
So
strike
then
is
you
a
just
bonus.
have your movement if you want to move.
My movement. Oh boy, it's not smart to.
The ice chunks are continuing to drift apart. Just saying.
We're connected, though, for now.
Yeah. Right? Those ones are still connected.
Yeah.
But you're talking about those ones.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
And you can only move 15 feet. 17 feet, really, for you.
Well, I feel like I should stay on the front lines. So,
Okay.
I'm gonna, instead of running to them to give them a rope or something.
Okay, so you're going to
So I'm
stay
gonna
there.
stay.
Great.
Okay, Otto.
Cristobal, you're up next.
Okay, so Otto runs behind Drac, I believe.
That's Grenlick.
That's Grenlick.
Sorry.
Mighty Claw.
Difficult
I wish
movement.
I would've
Difficult
moved.
movement.
Oh, that's right.
But if you use your bonus
You have to
action
double
dash,
move to
you
get there.
I'll double move.
Okay.
Yeah, I wanna, because he's a big boy, and I wanna hide behind him.
Sure.
Yeah, that would be your whole turn, is that the move and dash to get over there.
So you have your bonus action left.
Oh, I'm gonna.
Well, or bonus action.
No, I'm
Yeah,
gonna
she's a
bonus.
rogue.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You're right.
Yes.
That's
Yeah,
right.
so
Bonus action.
I want
you
to
have
use
an
my.
action left.
I have an action left.
Yeah.
Okay. Whew. I'm very concerned about the obsidian spear.
Sure.
The axe has already shattered,
Yeah.
right? With the cover of Mighty Claw, I would like to. Just looking at the mini, it looks like the spear is tied to the obsidian.
Yes, you can tell that these gnolls probably either pilfered these items or took these items from someone because, much like the frost giants, they are not crafters. Or somebody made this and traded it to them or sold it to them.
What you do know is very strange, especially given your experience
Yes.
with obsidian, is magic should not be coming out of that.
That's true. That's very true.
So I want to use my whole action, and I want to untie the knot. I
Okay.
want to steal the tip of his spear.
Nice.
Okay, how would you do that from where you're at, though?
Using Mage Hand.
Oh, she backed up. She backed away from the shore. They all did after, because they have to do a running lead. You can save your action and do it when she gets closer.
I want to save my action.
Okay.
then. Yeah.
Just remind me, because I'll forget when we do. Okay, great. Cristobal.
I am saving my action and preparing a spell. My hand goes to my hair and starts massaging it gently, and suddenly, like the shine of the hair starts to increase exponentially as he is holding his action until those pack of gnolls start running towards the bank.
Are you sure your hair is not your focus?
I
mean, it is in life, but like arcane focus.
So you're holding your action to cast a spell for when these
guys come running at the shorter jump.
Okay. Does it matter that you are
60 feet?
Oh yeah, 60-foot range.
60 foot
yeah,
5,
okay.
10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
So
right at 60.
So you're aiming it at the shore.
Right.
Good.
Okay,
But
great.
later?
I'm waiting until they run over there.
Yeah, holding an action allows him to turn it into a reaction.
As long as it happens within the next round.
Right.
I
If,
see.
if you want to hold it till if someone gets close to me, then yes.
Okay.
Val, it's your turn.
Yeah. Okay. Dang it, why am I over here?
No, so no enemies are near us right now?
No, they all
Yeah, that
backed away.
Lacrota got
Yeah.
got murked. Let's murked. Milked. Barry got burked. That's my movement.
Yeah.
Can I hold a shove?
Yeah,
You can hold an action.
Basically,
shove, yeah.
if anybody leaps onto this berg, the first thing they're getting is a big ol' push from Val.
Sure. Okay, the gnolls are going to hold their action. Saint.
Oh, we're all holding our action now?
Yep.
Because we're far away from each other?
Yep.
Okay, well, I guess I'll just use a cantrip then, and I
Sure.
will cast Toll the Dead.
Okay. That has like 120 feet range, right?
Yeah, it's a good
60.
Oh, just 60?
She's within range.
Still though.
She's within range.
At who?
Yes,
maybe
so
not.
the other leader I will go for.
The lady?
The only one you can reach is the big buff dude that's got obsidian in him.
He's
Okay.
unhappy.
Okay, great, yeah. So a Dolores spell, which also sounds like
Except it does necrotic damage.
Okay.
Down the octave.
So
Yeah.
is this wisdom?
Sounds like
Wisdom saving throw,
yes.
yes.
Okay.
Against 13.
Wow, I am rolling good. I got a 17.
You saved.
So do I take half damage or nothing?
I think it's a saving
Succeed
suck.
or take. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Yep.
Okay. He knows when he's gonna die, and he's not afraid.
Not a
Okay.
That's not cool.
They all come at the same time. Great. So these two are gonna land here, here.
He gets a shove.
Yep. Oh,
And when they hit the bank,
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm casting grease.
yes.
so as soon as they hit the bank, you're gonna cast it.
Yes.
Okay.
All the
Yes.
like pool of grease I pull from my hair. Just
I'm gonna
lashes
say because there's so many of them that I'll let you hit 4, but one of them will get through without having to save because it's only a 10-foot area.
10 foot.
Right? Yeah.
Okay. Good.
Okay. So one gets through, no problem. But then the other 4 have to save.
Yes.
Correct.
Yep.
Okay.
Now, will you give me my advantage on my skill, my little majig, because I described it so well with my hair?
Or you get an extra point
mean,
to your
the
An extra
DC
point
gets
to
higher.
my DC.
Yes.
It was
Yes.
beautiful.
Was it one
It
or
was
two?
beautiful.
stunning.
Did you
Did
use the
you
environment?
use the environment?
I mean,
Or-
technically,
or-
my hair.
It's one.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. I would go with no.
And I'm sorry, it's Dex?
Yes.
Yeah?
Dex
Okay.
save. Yep. Or fall prone.
Come on.
What's the DC?
14.
Kind of glad he saved all his
Split.
battles.
Slip. Dude, grease you like
Love grease.
it's
Love
your
my-
best spell.
Love my spell. Fall into the river.
Let's get him first.
Hold on.
You got Val, and you got 2 more ready actions.
Nobody falls into the river. They all slip into the grease on the.
So you hear a slide
Val's
whistle.
ready to action.
Yeah.
Can shove.
you
Looks
want me
like
to
the
shove
door.
We
the
should do it.
smaller
We should do
knoll?
it in order because
Yes,
Otto
actually,
held
Otto's
first.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
I would like to use the environment as the gnolls jump onto the iceberg. The iceberg tilts
Okay.
as it would, right? using that tilt, I'm going to lunge at the spear and untie it with my hands because I don't need to use mage hand because I'm right there.
Okay. So
Yeah.
you're essentially attacking the melee weapon to get that obsidian off of it.
Yes, I'm
Okay.
attacking the how it's bonded together. The
Got
knot.
it. So I'm gonna say it's her armor class, but higher, or I can just give you disadvantage. Which do you prefer?
Targeting
with your sleight of hand
With
or
my
with an
sleight
attack?
of hand. I don't.
You can either take your attack with disadvantage, or I'll just raise her armor class and you'll do a regular attack on her spear to try to get the obsidian.
You still use your sleight of hand.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll do that. I think.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Sure. Go ahead. And
You also get advantage from Gay Geek Nerd.
Yay! Okay.
This could be huge.
It's essentially like she's disarmed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's okay. That's okay. Oh, whoa, 2 11s. That's wild.
Okay.
But I have plus 5.
16?
16.
That would not be enough.
Yeah. It's a good try. It's a good idea.
So
It's a really
this
good
is what
idea.
happens, and feel free to stop me if you wouldn't do this, but you rush forward and you start to untie it, and she starts to yank her spear back, and you grab onto the spear so that she doesn't just lift it up and skewer you with it.
Yeah.
So you're grappling with the spear right now.
I'm 100% holding the spear.
Okay. Great.
I would like you to make
Yes.
a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
Because as you grab that obsidian,
Oh, no.
that spark of fire triggers your background.
Oh no.
Okay.
Oh, I don't know. Okay, okay.
That is. You said wisdom.
Yeah.
That is 16.
You feel the edges of your fear come up and almost feel like you want to bolt, but you're able to swallow it, given the conversation you had earlier with Oliver.
Nice.
Yeah. So you're in a grapple.
Yep.
Cristobal,
Yeah, it's-
you did yours already.
Yep.
Val?
My held action,
You're
yes.
shoving.
Shove.
So I'm shoving the smaller knoll, probably.
Sure.
Just grapple, so pose strength.
Okay, got it. Do I have advantage or anything?
You do not, straight roll.
Okay. Come on, dude. Come on, dude. Oh, 12. Oh, I dig my heels into the
Use your environment.
Yes, I'm digging my heels into the ice, like getting my
There you go.
my feet down into it, basically like bracing myself as much because I see what they're doing and I've got my hands ready and I'm waiting for it. Like the second this knoll's feet touch the iceberg, I just go and shove it right into the water.
Okay. I guess you could say that you're arguably using the ice to make it slippery, right?
Yes, yeah.
So that'll be using the environment.
Thank you.
You got a 12
so
plus 2?
14, yeah.
Okay. So you tied. So what I'm going to say is you can either roll off to see who's going to win, or you can be locked in a grapple with him as well.
I'm gonna roll off.
Okay. Right. If he beats you, he pushes you.
Just a straight roll, or are we rolling athletics or just strength?
Whichever one you want, athletic, strength.
Let's do athletics.
Okay. See if they have an athletic skill.
15.
You know these gnolls, they've
Yeah.
been playing their
I think I'd be pretty
handball.
athletic, I imagine.
Well, whether they trained in it or not,
Yeah.
that might be a little different.
Come on.
I got an 18.
Oh boy. Okay, he shoves me.
So he just shoves you back onto this platform.
Okay. All right.
They are strong. These
Yeah.
gnolls are,
Yeah.
they're ripped.
And
And they're also raging, so I should have given myself advantage on that.
Right.
So, yeah.
Okay, I get pushed back.
And yes, the Ursaka are gonna go, and then we'll see what happens.
That's exciting.
And Saint did go. Yes.
This Ursaka is going to leap over there.
Good.
Or soon as always.
You don't have to roll.
Always
Just,
got an eye on. Got an eye
And-
on Olivar.
Okay.
Drac would come back.
Yep, I agree. So that would be 5, 10, 15, 25, 30.
Good job, Drac.
He could double, so he could get to there, and that
Yes.
would be his turn.
Okay, all right.
And then Grenlick is just gonna rip into her.
Boy, we are tight.
Grenlick is gonna rip into who?
I know.
The leader of the one with the white
Oh, I
hair.
didn't even realize Grenlick was over there.
Yeah. I'm currently attached to a spear.
Dude, what is up?
You're rolling so well. But he's rolling well for our friends as well, so thank goodness.
Y'all should know that Jared always rolls well when he DMs. He always rolls well.
We share that.
I was gonna say, Ron.
You roll well.
Ron rolling as a player is one of the scariest, best rolling players I've ever seen. But he's also a barbarian.
It also happens as a DM as well. You can ask my players.
Okay, so much to Grenlick Mighty Claw's name, he takes both of his claws and buries it into her belly.
Wolverine style.
And grabs onto the flesh there and pulls it out. And you can just see intestines start to ripple out of her side. She is on the verge of death.
That tracks.
Wow!
That tracks.
One shot. Well, not one shot.
No,
she's been hit a couple
before.
times. Oh, she had it, but yeah, okay.
And the Ramhedë call out to Olivar, and Olivar calls back to them and calms them down. Okay. And that's where we're going to.
Oh my gosh!
Sorry, everybody. It's 9:35.
No, this was great.
That was great.
And we're deep into this, and it's not over. So we will return next week on Wednesday to get the exciting
Nice.
the exciting end of this epic battle on this floating chunk of ice as the Lucrota sinks down. Blub, 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 blub.
Bye.
Blub, 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 blub.
Actually, he doesn't blub because he doesn't have a head anymore.
That's true. It still blubs. It's just coming out of the
A
inside.
hole in his neck is going blub.
All right.
Yes, but that's not all. Woo! Because as a special treat to our Patreon peoples, sorry, my computer's got to load. We do a cool little game at the end of every show where we read off our high-level Patreons, and thank you so much for supporting us.
Yes, thank you,
with
everyone.
those tiers.
Thank you.
Where we read off.
I got it right here.
Oh, great, love it. So up first is Team Cosmos. This is a suggestion from Fenderil.
Hey, thanks,
He's been
man.
a long-time supporter.
Thank you, Fenderil.
Thank you, Fenderil. So this one is ordering by phone at a late night, as seen on TV product commercial, where they try and sell you multiple other products at an incredible discount. So a late night infomercial,
Cosmos,
essentially.
you said?
Cosmos. Take it away.
Bring, bring. Hello, thank you for calling As Seen on TV. How may I help you tonight?
Hi there. I know it's so late right now, but I just saw your infomercial for Down to Clown.
Oh, that's just my favorite. Isn't it great?
Yeah, I love how it can just cover any blemish.
Any blemish, any stain on surface. It works on your skin, it works on clothes, it works on surfaces. It's so great.
And I love the side effects is just that you laugh uncontrollably because of the chemical exposure.
Oh, it's so great. Yeah, that we call that the abracadabra. That's just the best, like little bit of magic in it.
Okay.
Now, could I interest you in, we also have a special offer going on right now. If you buy 2 extra Gorbin blades, you will get a free student of Grimm on top of that Down to Clown with the special abracadabra.
You know what? I would love to, honestly, but as my husband says, we're Lincoln break right now.
Oh,
We're
sure, I
so
totally
Lincoln
understand.
braked.
I totally
Can't
understand.
really afford it.
Well, let me offer you something else, because I do understand for people that are on the Lincoln break, just like yourself. Now, I think I'm nuts, but there is something that our special guest host, Ron Ogden, you know him?
Oh my gosh!
Isn't he your favorite? Yes, yeah. Well, he has what's his catchphrase? It's "That's wild, man." That's right. Well, he's offering you a special offer for half an abracadabra
Say less.
and 2 Gorbin blades. You can get that Down to Clown for $179 a month for the
Well-
next 72 months.
Don't tell my husband.
Go on, girl.
I'm in.
Babe, are you on the phone?
Here's my credit card number.
All right, yeah.
Well done. And I like to think it's, that's wild, man!
Now I just want to see Ron Ogden on an infomercial.
I'd be on that. I'd be on that.
Okay, up next, Team Force of Nature. This is suggested by our very own Bubblegummy.
Yay, Bubblegummy!
A flight attendant giving a creative new safety announcement with instructions for what to do in case of an emergency. So these are new safety instructions. Of course.
Okay, the Gold family, stick together. Stick together, the Gold family. Make sure we're all sitting in the same row.
I don't want to sit next to him. Can I sit somewhere else?
No, the flight attendant's going to do the announcement soon, and if you're not listening, you're going to die.
Attention, please pay attention to this important announcement from our flight attendants.
Hello, everybody. Please brave yourselves for an adventure. We're gonna have a lot of turbulence today.
This is Beaker Par Airlines, everyone's favorite, which, as we say here at Beaker Par, Kitty Scritches! Which, of course, means that your past decisions will get you in trouble on our airplane.
Yes, and I understand we do have the Gold family here sitting in the exit row. Thank you so much for being here.
If we crash, you will be the most responsible people on the plane.
Yes.
Oh, you hear that, Devin? You hear that?
Very
I don't want to do it, and I told you I didn't want to come on this trip.
Okay, so the first thing we need everybody to do is to, you're gonna take your masks out from underneath your seats, unwrap them. We're gonna do a test here, and I need everybody to put that on your face, breathe in, breathe out, and say Fenderil. Yep, we're gonna.
Sorry.
You can do it. You can do it right now. Yes. We're gonna get those chemicals flowing up into your lungs.
Oh,
and
so
get
you're
used
pumping
to that.
chemicals through these masks?
Yes, ma'am.
That's right.
Devin, you read one pamphlet on the environment. Do not start this right now. Why could you be more like Carolyn, your sister?
Because.
And our special associate Jared will be coming up and down the aisle now, offering complimentary Just Jewels for every passenger.
Oh my God.
Just cups of jewels.
They're not real. They're not real. Fake jewels.
Beaker Par Airlines.
Well done. Well done. They're not real. They're not real.
They're not real.
Because you got to be clear. Like, if you're on an airplane and start handing out jewels,
Signing a
you
disclaimer.
better know.
Yay!
Oh my God!
Wow. That was fun. That was a lot of fun.
We had a lot of good RP.
Well done. Yeah, great RP.
Tons of
around.
commands.
Yeah.
Little.
Even more combat to come.
Also, our new extension. Please, if you're not on the Discord, join the official Discord,
1000%.
and let us know how you feel about the extension. We'd love to hear feedback. Any constructive criticism you give is only going to make us make this better. Thank you again, everyone, for joining us this evening. We want to thank our Patreon supporters. We want to thank everyone who purchased interactivity tonight. And also, thank you for all of those who show up week after week, giving us your time and watching us. Tell a friend about this show. Share our stuff on the internet, wherever you see it, Instagram, TikTok, all over. We can only grow if we get help from you. And that, as always, humankind... Be both!
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
See you Monday!
One step and then another. Blessed are those who wander, branching, reaching. Depths of the forest are calling. Well, path will end before the journey has begun. Eyes to the sky, and you might find your way. Let fear ignite a light and shine another light today.